You bet against your favorite player?
Yeah, because they was playing Denver.
Yeah, I don't think
And
I
I
did
didn't
that.
realize that Denver had a key injury. So
Yeah.
that was some bullshit. They got their ass whooped. They only lost by like 15 or 13 though. I'm glad I didn't bet on if they was gonna win by, I think it was 24, 27, because they only lost by 13. So I'd have lost some bread. You know what I'm saying?
I'm mad that I missed it.
I'd have been pissed, nigga.
I went to work last night and realized when I was signing in that I wasn't supposed to be there.
What?
Yeah, but it's all good. Overtime is.
You'll never read your schedule.
I just be going in. I just be going in. My boss was like, "You trying to make?"
You know your asshole.
Man.
First off, you know what it is if I'm in the building. I already punched in. I ain't leaving, bitch.
What's up with it? How many? You got a couple people in
I
your.
don't know, but you gonna have to give me a full check if I accidentally punch in.
Oh man, I got it's automatic overtime, you know.
Oh. So
yeah,
long as you're doing something, you ain't stealing time though.
Yeah, as long as you ain't stealing time, you could just go off the board, do one of the projects that you already have for the week up.
I'm just dead. Don't steal no time, dog. I hate niggas that come to work and don't be doing shit. Like, bitch, why is you here, nigga?
Lift a finger to come through.
Niggas be in the bathroom the whole day. Like, I can see if you in that motherfucker for your first hour.
Useless motherfucker.
Duck off. Do you.
Yeah.
Especially if it's Monday. But, bitch, all week I can't find you. Like, nigga, where you at, nigga? So what's the
you
word,
gotta make yourself
man?
an asset. That's it with everything in life.
What's the word? What's the word, though?
Oh, man. So...
It's been good, man. You watched the All-Star weekend?
I didn't get to see it. I was working.
The fuck? You ain't got no... I thought you had a cell. You had 2 cell phones.
Man, I was working.
Man, that's crazy.
I could hear it, but I couldn't see it, so it doesn't resonate the same way as if you watch it.
Yeah, I don't get no signal with your shit.
No, I mean, like, I can hear it, I just can't see it, so it don't resonate the same. So, like, even if I'm listening to the game, I can't see the game, so it's not registering the same way. I can hear the highlights. You get what I'm saying? I didn't get to see this.
You doing that shit like the 40s.
Back in the 40s, baby. I'm working hard, taking charge.
You doing that shit like you in the 40s, okay.
Man.
You walking by faith and not by sight.
Man, that's how I see
That's
it.
crazy. Why the fuck you gotta do that? They don't let y'all watch black people at your job?
No, nigga, I'm just working. What the fuck? Oh, you can't watch the game on the clock.
Hey, you watching other niggas? Your ass better not be trying to be black.
Imagine me saying that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what then getting fired for it.
What, trying to be you?
No, I can't watch niggas on the clock.
I can't watch niggas.
That's what that translates to. My question is, I can't watch niggas.
You can't
on the clock?
do nothing in the we use niggas so loosely now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can't do no nigga shit at work.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I barely come in with the wave cap. I got that bitch on though, cause I'm not gonna be in that bitch all up under no HVAC heating, cooling unit, or in the coils and shit.
They gotta look at that shit.
I'm in the mechanical room doing something. Bitch, I gotta cover my shit up. Then that nigga fucking with the ceiling tiles. If I can give anybody any kind of advice, always wear safety glasses if you fuck with some ceiling tiles.
Yeah, that shit gonna get in your eyes.
Cause that shit get in your eyes. You get to rubbing your shit like you got allergies. You know what I'm saying?
People think you got COVID.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, what's the word, man? It's a good Sunday.
Yeah, man.
We made it out the freeze. That shit was retarded.
Man, fuck that freeze.
Nigga, the kids ain't been to school in weeks.
Oh, man.
We gotta get the kids back in school. The district dropped out on the kids.
I think, I was gonna say, I don't even know if the school system holding up.
Hey.
It's the adults that want to be home.
Hey, what's up with the Itchy school district bus system? I keep hearing that they school buses, like, they don't never have they got one bus for the district.
I was about to say, they be leaving kids.
No, they don't have no bus.
I guess all y'all in the FC school district just gotta have cars, man, so I can take y'all kids to school.
That's
Uber
crazy,
or something.
but you can't just leave work to go pick them up. You dig what I'm saying?
I guess
how the fuck
the contract say get it how you live.
They got more buses than drivers.
The contract say get it how you live.
They got more buses than drivers. You ain't hear me.
The contract say get it how you live. You gotta get it how you live with the FC bus.
I don't know, like is bus driving becoming an extinct job?
I don't know.
Is niggas not trying to drive buses no more?
I don't know.
Yeah, that shit wild, nigga. That shit crazy on one for you.
So
nah.
I'm gonna ease into this topic right here, man.
What's the word?
See, we got a couple people. Demo TV 369
Politically Incorrect
yes,
in the
sir.
building.
If we could merge the two, Demo TV 369 is on YouTube. Politically Incorrect. What's your handle on Facebook?
It's Louis Conway.
Louis
I'm
Conway.
on one of the pages. You know, I got 30 pages on Facebook.
Louis Conway. It should be active right now. If you see, I think red or blue lighting up.
No, I don't even show active.
It don't even show that.
No, you just gotta dive in and hope that you found it.
Well, on Demo TV 369, if you go to YouTube, you'll see my avatar lit up. So, yeah.
That should be more lit on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to YouTube, man.
Facebook got more of a professional audience. Everybody is cooking breakfast right now or dinner. What time is it? I don't know.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, they cooking.
On the dot.
Motherfuckers is having morning sex. You know,
shout out to morning sex.
Niggas not even really giving a fuck about what we on. Yeah, especially shout out to morning. I think
shout out to morning sex, man.
Next to weekends, morning sex is probably the biggest thing that God gave us.
Yeah. If I smoked weed, like if I, you know what I'm saying, I would say morning sex in the morning blunt.
I used to like going in on weed with you. We go in on some weed, and then you don't even want the rest of the sack. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. I appreciate
shit
you.
got me too high.
That's love. Don't leave me hanging. That's love. Yeah, like Uncle Will used to do that shit. He come through, buy the bud from you, and then be like, "Hey, never keep that shit." Yeah, man. R.I.P. man. His funeral day just passed too. That shit was lit, man. Mama was at the funeral.
That's
crazy.
Uncle, man.
I know niggas don't know Mama, but it is
our
what
grandma.
It is. She was a legend. I don't give a fuck what you think or didn't know.
All of them was legends. Fuck it.
Especially from back in the day. If you was able to be black and during the time when wasn't no internet, you a legend.
When was the time you see Mama kind of like throw her chest out to somebody like on some like
every
cut
day
it out type shit?
Every day.
Dog, I remember we was
I didn't just know that she probably wasn't aggressive one day.
Dog, I remember we was at church.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck I did, but one of the deacons was trying to go in on me, and she was like, "You better stop." She like, "You better stop talking to my motherfucking grandson
at church."
Like,
God know her heart though. God know her heart.
But look though, Sister Robertson was right there.
Yeah, she was one of the. She'd go too.
Yeah,
she'd go. We wouldn't have been going to church if it would. See, we talk about buses, the transportation system.
Yeah.
As a principal and teacher, you should be going to pick these goddamn kids up yourself. Use your car. You got a car? Mm-hmm. Go get them.
Man, shout out to Sister Robertson.
Because they used to pick us up for church. We ain't use the church bus too much.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? They come grab niggas, buy us McDonald's and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit was pretty live. Niggas used to look forward to going to church on Friday. Like, what kind of stupid shit is that? But it helped structure niggas though.
And the girls was there.
Yeah, it was some ladies in that. Well, not ladies. There was ladies in training, but yeah.
The good word.
We had some pretty girls at our church though.
Yeah, man.
We ain't get fucked up like some of the other churches.
Yeah.
It was some ugly motherfuckers in some other churches.
I gotta say, man, like thinking back with some of the women, I call them the women in our family because that's what they are. Also.
Yeah, they was more like cousins and sisters and
stuff like that. They installed a whole.
I don't think I ever hit nobody from church. That kind of would have been weird.
They installed a whole bunch of confidence inside of me, guys. I think back on it, like, dang, like
because them kind of like your go betweens. Like you go to school, you fuck with the motherfuckers at school, then you go to mission, you go to Bible study and all that shit. And you still on some hood shit at church. Yeah. But these is like your extended cousins.
They give you a different type of understanding.
Yeah,
shout out to all the women in our family, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Speaking
church
of that,
I don't know, man. I rode past the church, man. That shit look crazy.
Dormant,
it's the same church, but
it's not the same
spirit,
church, though.
The spirit done left.
Because we all left.
Nigga, our shit used to be lit. That bitch, the church used to be slapping.
Remember the Minister Alliance?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Minister Alliance.
Yeah, the Minister Alliance used to be lit to the motherfucker, though.
Nigga, I remember when Chris Cross was out and I wore some big ass overalls. And they looked like Timberland boots. And I was sitting there thinking that back like, damn, why the fuck did I wear that?
So you was dressed like one of them motherfuckers at the bottom of the MySpace page?
Yeah, I looked like a homie.
Oh, you like one of the homies?
I looked like a homie. I was like, what the fuck? Why did I wear that? But it was fly back in the day.
Man, dog, so we know BMF is out.
BMF
is out. That shit lit to the motherfucker. Shout out to 50. So, nigga, what's my man named Big Mickey on the show? I think his name D Meeks in real life. Okay. So they got the boy B Mickey looking like a rat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
D Meeks jumped on the motherfucking comments going ham.
Okay.
Talking about nigga don't play with his name. You know, it's a show though. But I think I'll be pissed off too if y'all got me looking like a rat on the show.
Hold on, who you talking about? You talking about
B Mickey, nigga.
And who was that? Translate that.
D Meeks. He a legend in Detroit, Southwest.
Shout out. I see
You know
what
what
you're
I'm
talking
saying?
about. Yeah.
He said don't play with his
Don't
name.
play with his name.
You know, share some pictures of him in Southwest T and shit like that.
Yeah.
But nigga, they got the motherfucking
I'm like cashed out on that when she said when Vlad asked her about Meech getting shot 18 times and all that. I'm like,
yeah, you don't speak on that.
I'm gonna tread lightly on that. This is the neighborhood.
You gotta be happy. You gotta be happy that he's still here.
Yeah.
We don't speak on. We don't speak on.
We
don't speak on it. Nah, fuck that. Nah, you don't speak on that. We happy that the big homie here still.
Exactly. Shout out to them.
And how many motherfuckers like we could probably speak on it in a certain way, but nigga, everybody and their mama was getting to a bag in like 04, 05.
Yeah.
Like nigga, it was so easy to get that motherfucker in and do your thing with it. The price was low, so indirectly, that is everybody big homie in a certain way.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So you gotta salute a nigga like me. So that motherfucker,
the crime rate was down.
He like the Bobby Smurda of the streets.
Yeah.
When
you could see the crime rate down, and then him getting locked up and see how it just like jump right back up. Like damn.
But what you feel about my man? We know it's a show. You dig what I'm saying? It ain't like this a real ass shit. It's a show. They sensationalize it.
Yeah.
To get ratings and shit like that. So he's saying don't play with his name. Now, it ain't really your name. It's a whole nother name.
Yeah, but still could be translated in.
Yeah, I get it. But it's a show too. And if we put out the real shit, then you might go to jail.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
When you actually really think about it though, it's kind of like people who listen to rap. Remember back and there was a time where people would say it's only entertainment.
Yeah.
And then now people are like, you ain't living your raps. We're going to see that.
That's the pressure of the fans that they put on the
rappers.
rappers.
So we're going to end up seeing that with these,
you
know what I'm saying, with these shows because when you take something that actually happened and then you dramatize it and put it on film, people still going to think, like, people think Ghost is Ghost.
That's because people
still call Mike Epps.
Motherfuckers live in but people live in fantasy worlds a lot of times.
That's why you shouldn't do that.
They live in fantasy worlds a lot of times. So if they ain't always in an escape of their own reality, you can't get mad at them motherfuckers for. And plus niggas ain't good with names.
But that's my point.
Niggas ain't good with names. Nigga, if I don't know your name, it's such and such and such. But I done seen this movie 12 times and I know that nigga name is Day Day. You Day Day, nigga. I can remember your name.
Well, that's my point to that though. It's like.
But you ain't calling that nigga Day Day when you see
people, right? But the majority of people gonna call him Day Day or want him to act like Day Day. You see what I'm saying? It's hard for a lot of people to separate the actor.
Yeah. Is that different than if I see Michael? If I could, R.I.P. to Michael Jackson. But if I see Michael Jackson, I ask him, "Hey man, can I get your autograph? But do you please mind singing such and such and such? That was my favorite song, or at least a piece from it." You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if I see I don't know, but yeah, that type of shit.
I think Mike is a little different.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I think Mike is one of the people who actually lived with his penmanship. See what I'm saying? I also think Pac is one of them people who did.
No, speaking of some of the greatest writers of all time, we talking about Michael Jackson. Now we talk about people not being the GOAT because they got other people writing for them. Now we both know that Mike done wrote some dog ass hits for himself. He may have not written his biggest hits, but Mike wrote a lot of his music himself, 80% of it himself, maybe even higher than that.
Right.
So, with that being said, we still consider them the GOAT.
Sure.
But when you have a schedule that's so wrapped up and fucked up and you always booked up, you gotta have motherfuckers writing for you. So Pac probably had a different way he structured his shit. He had like 7 motherfuckers helping him with choruses and shit, just like Drake got motherfuckers that helping him with his shit with references. So I think we gotta look at the way we structure the GOAT conversation now, and it's not all about did that MC write his raps themselves.
And I think
it's a different structure and approach to hip hop now.
I think for the last 10 years, that's been the big conversation, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes. As you just got done saying, with All Eyes on Me and other, what was it? All Eyes on Me and probably Machiavelli too. Tupac had other writers, not because he was looking for them, but because they were giving him some of his best work.
Yeah.
Because, Snoop had just dropped, now Pac is here. And we want to hurry push out a project for Pac. And Pac's work ethic was, so everybody's going in there trying to give Pac their best work. You see what I'm saying?
But I mean, I think what every rapper does now, every artist does now, is that it's that same energy now. Like they not coming out of slow paced music. The internet want music quicker. The artists got to drop quicker. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas that's leaving they labels so they can drop more often. You dig what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers don't. I can't drop once a year. Now I got to drop once every 3 months. I got to drop 4 times this year just so niggas remember my name. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like it's a different. It's like Pac was ahead of his time. It's like a lot of these niggas, because even now, I think I heard that Lil Uzi Vert got like 680 songs he did in the last 6 months.
I was gonna say,
I believe it. Michael Jackson had, I think Mike said he used to do like 600
they
songs.
said his last. I didn't hear it, but I keep hearing his last album slap too.
Who?
Uzi Vert.
I think he got that one joint out that the Philly, the Eagles come out to now. I think they might have retired the Meek Mill joint.
That ain't never. You can't never. Hell no.
But I don't know though. Like
I think it'll go neck and neck one day, but I don't think right now.
They make that good hit the gym music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They hit that they make that adrenaline music, and that's what I be saying about artists too. Like man, why do they always think they have to bring the gangster rap image? Is that the only way they know how to relate to an audience? You know what I'm saying? Because let's think about NBA YoungBoy. I was gonna talk about this later, but NBA YoungBoy, for instance, his recent epiphanies of, I guess, the bullshit he think he putting his listeners through. You know what I'm saying? The influence he putting on young artists and young kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The ignorance he putting on them. He reverting back to like, I don't think we should be moving like that. And then he don't get support for that, but when he was ignorant and wanted to beef with everybody,
nobody's gonna support
behind.
Nobody's gonna support righteousness. Nobody's gonna support righteousness. They will behind the scene, but they will not support righteousness outright because it's easier to point and laugh.
Is it cool not to be a part of school?
It's easier to look at the nigga and say, "Look at this nigga using big words." It's fun to make fun of the guy making big. He could be 1,000 times more intelligent with a better program for everybody. Now, since
that's what I think about NBA YoungBoy, I don't think his shit is like no flaw to it. That nigga coming with like these is real emotion, because that nigga ain't speaking like a T.I. nigga with big ass words and shit. That nigga just telling you period point blank.
The big words is a concept of where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not exactly the big words. It's the message behind what he's trying to put out. You see what I'm saying? I think that we love ignorance so much that when people start to act righteous or be righteous, we like, look at this sap right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he think he is better than everybody? Like, you now excuse me, Crips. You not a crab out of the barrel. You see what I'm saying?
This nigga said, "Excuse me, Crips."
I don't mean it like
Crips. That. What's your name? What's your set? And where you from?
I just think that we got a lot to learn from people who actually stand alone instead of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We live in an ignorant world. I mean,
but I mean, you gotta, motherfuckers gotta allow, you gotta allow positivity to enter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you allow positivity to enter and then become more common, then it got its place. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna recognize it and understand it and not be so shy away from it, because negativity done put its place so far in the hip hop's motherfucking environment that niggas don't think it's natural unless it's some negative shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we went out last night with no issues. Oh man, shit, that shit wasn't nothing then. But if that bitch got shot up, oh nigga, it was the time of our lives.
Come on, man.
What kind of dumbass shit? You know
everybody want to talk about the fight. Everybody want to talk about the shooting. Nobody want to talk about the group development situation that happened, where, you know what I'm saying, more jobs and businesses came about and less niggas is outside crying about it, talking about, oh,
I mean, I think we spoiled in Michigan though. We one of them states that we got jobs and shit. We got industry.
I was gonna say,
you know what I'm saying? We lucky in a recession.
We could damn near be Texas.
What you mean?
An independent state, so to speak.
Yeah, but shit, we needed them federal dollars.
I ain't saying we didn't.
We needed them federal dollars like
I'm saying
the last couple of years when
I'm saying our economy is a whole lot different than a lot of other ones.
The reason our economy is because we had them federal dollars coming in and helping niggas' pockets. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go be independent.
No, I ain't saying that. I'm saying we can damn near be independent. No, we got our own.
No, the fuck we can't.
You don't think so?
Hell no.
You don't think the industry out here is up? Well,
we don't even have enough buses for the schools, nigga. How we gonna be independent?
That's a different. That
ain't different.
That's easy to get.
It's not. It's not. It's been like that, Marquise.
I'm gonna tell you how.
How long Ipsy ain't had no buses?
I'm gonna tell you how.
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you how you can get that back on.
Did you have buses when you went?
Yeah, they have buses.
Yeah, but look.
Did they have buses often?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how though. Look. All you gotta do is raise the pay rate. You gonna start seeing them jobs. It's as simple as that.
Raise the pay rate.
Raise the pay rate.
So what you think bus drivers should be making?
25, 30?
I have to agree with that, but do they got 25, 30 in that bitch?
I believe so. I believe we still lowballing in Michigan. I believe we still lowballing in Michigan.
I ain't mad, because I mean, I'm gonna pay motherfuckers top dollar to chauffeur my kid around the town. I'm not gonna pay you $12 to drive my son or my daughter.
Anytime you put incentive behind something, man, you're gonna stimulate
Motherfuckers put their
a
best
lot.
in it.
Yeah.
You bring back the work ethic.
Yeah, exactly.
You make a motherfucker
Exactly.
feel like I go to a job, I get paid a wage I can brag about.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing something, I'm making money, I'm making headway, I'm gainfully employed.
Mhm.
But when you give niggas $12 an hour, I don't know if the bus driver's getting 12. You know what I'm saying? But even if you give motherfuckers 20, what's 20? When gas is
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I sat there and I laughed at it. I ain't laugh at him.
Mm-hmm.
I was disappointed in him when he was looking at me talking about 1920 is where to be. I looked
Who
at
said
him.
that?
I'm not gonna say no. I was looking at him like,
Now it depends on your circumstance, because you can bubble.
no, I
You
ain't
can bubble.
saying that. I'm not saying that.
You
I'm
can
talking
bubble.
about for
You gotta
some
start
long.
somewhere.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about that. I'm talking about long-term longevity. Like, I'm
But
not.
you,
I'm
that's
not,
what I'm saying.
I'm not,
you don't know
listen,
what
I
that
don't
20.
wanna,
You don't know what the 20 doing for a nigga.
I'm not saying
A
that.
nigga might have a whole business
Mm-mm.
going on the side.
Based on who he
Hold on,
was.
a nigga might have a business going on the side, be using the job for the insurance, and only giving. He don't give a fuck about making
I'm
the
not-
20 hour. That's cool.
I'm not
so what
talking
I'm
about
saying,
that.
What I'm saying is, you don't really know the nigga plan. Now, just 20 an hour, yeah. But you can't. Nobody can. Just
I wanna
listen.
make this clear.
Nobody can do one thing and be.
I want to
stable.
make this clear though, man.
Uh-huh.
I'm not knocking $20 an hour. I'm not by all means. I'm not knocking $20 an hour. That's actually a great wage. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about long
It's better
term.
than 12, nigga.
I'm talking about right.
You
Shit,
get what I'm
13
saying?
is better than 12.
But niggas is making, these are wages that people are making. So if you can squeeze yourself into a 20 and then you braid hair on the side and you sell bud,
That's dope.
or you paint or you tattoo niggas, you gotta have more than one income
but
stream anyway.
economically speak, yeah, there you go.
You know
Right
what I'm
there.
saying? Anybody. I
Economically
don't give a fuck if
speaking,
you making $50 an hour. Yeah.
economically speaking, $20 is not gonna sustain in this world here too much longer. You see what I'm
It
saying?
don't sustain now.
What I'm saying though is
Yeah.
$20 an hour should not be an end goal for people. That's my whole point.
But you can't, that's what I'm saying.
Wait,
You-
hold on, because I
Yeah.
didn't put no context behind the dude yet, and I didn't to kind of like. I'm trying to make this as clear as possible. He's better than 20. He knows he's better than 20, but the way he was talking about that 20, I was like, well, I want more for you with that.
My nigga, you gotta let people appraise themselves. You can't run around this motherfucker keep appraising people. If they don't want your
I'm not
goddamn
doing
appraisal,
that.
you gotta let them have theirs.
I'm not doing
Because some people don't even appraise themselves at all. They just go through this bitch looking for validation. But if a motherfucker like, nigga, this is what I want to
that.
do.
Based on this guy's
Listen,
work,
if a nigga say
he
this is
deserves
what I
more than
want to
that.
do. If a nigga say I want to make 20 hour, fuck what you talking about.
the guy
You
deserves
gotta
more
let that-
money than $20 an
You
hour because
can't
he works.
tell it, man.
I want to reinforce what I'm saying by
Yeah.
saying this guy works his ass off.
But if you want to make that, let
And
him
he's
make it,
probably.
though.
I'm not saying that. Listen, I want to keep iterating to y'all because I think a few of y'all understand out there. I'm not
Yeah.
knocking his 20.
But
I'm
you gotta
saying
realize perception is reality. You
I'm
gotta
not
let a
knocking
mother-
his-
You gotta
I'm
let a motherfucker.
I'm not
they
knocking
gotta,
his
They gotta
20,
find
man.
their own paradigm shift. You can't force it on
I'm not knocking his 20. All I'm saying is I know with his hard work, there's more for him. You see what I'm saying?
He probably gonna get it. He gonna get a raise. He gonna get a promotion. He gonna get something. But you gotta let niggas grow at their pace. You can't tell a nigga that, oh, you only gonna get 20. You don't know if this nigga was just making 15. He like, man, fuck this nigga. This 20 I'm getting nigga way better than that 15. I was balling off the 15. So fuck him. He just the old ass nigga that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah, he not even that though. Like he,
I'm just
you know,
saying- I'm
he
just
got
saying-
credentials behind him. Is what I'm like.
I get it.
I don't
Nigga,
wanna,
it's my
you
nigga.
know-
You know what I mean? People with bachelor degrees make 20.
That's crazy.
That's life.
Yeah, I know that.
Life
I'm
is
saying,
what you make it. Like I said, it's the paradigm. If your paradigm
It's
is
not
saying, if your paradigm is saying X, Y, and Z, you gonna get X, Y, and Z.
yeah. Not okay. I'm going back to this, man.
Uh-huh.
Bus drivers definitely need to make more than. It should
Yeah,
be up
because
in
that
the
shit
30s.
getting out of hand, dog.
The economy.
Every day,
The
you
economy
got
is-
elementary
the economy-
kids
the
gotta
economy
watch
is
themselves
fucked. The
at school,
economy
at
is
the
getting-
crib.
Right, the economy is getting fucked up. Everything is going sky high,
Man.
and it's gonna always go down to a baseline that was higher than what it was. And $20.
When them motherfuckers start saying,
When they said you, in order to raise a child in New York, both parents need to be making $100,000. Now I see the rest of the United States of America different.
New York be gouging niggas though. And
I mean,
why
dog,
the fuck everybody want to live in one spot?
I'm not
That
saying
shit's
that.
stupid.
Let's get away from that. I'm talking about the economy is starting to become that all over the United States of America.
Yeah, because America makes bad decisions.
So right. So
They make bad
therefore,
decisions.
therefore,
They make bad
$20
decisions.
an hour is not going to sustain unless there's more than one
But
income
you don't
coming
know
from that
what you
one
don't
person.
know what that nigga that doing 20 is doing.
I do know. That's the
No,
only reason
you
why.
don't.
Yes, I do. Me and him have conversations all the time. That's the only reason why I'm speaking.
I'm
on
talking
it.
about.
And I'm not
I'm
speaking
talking about
on
in
exactly
general.
what-
We're generalizing this. We took an individual, but now we're putting a generalization around it. The other motherfuckers is making it 20. They might be living at the
I'm not
crib. Listen, my
speaking
nigga.
to them.
Listen, my nigga. They might be staying at the crib. We don't know the circumstances. You dig
I'm
what I'm
not
saying?
speaking to
Listen. Niggas might be in college making $20 an hour.
I'm not speaking to
But
that.
we talking about you made the statement that $20 an hour ain't such and such and such, right?
I said $20 an hour is not the end goal.
Right. But
That's
you
it.
can't make that statement for some people, because some people that might be the end goal, especially right now. That might be the
$20
I'm
an
not
hour
gonna
is
say
not
that-
the end
Listen,
goal.
my nigga, I'm not gonna say the end goal of perpetuation, but I'm gonna say the end goal of the part of the plan you're supposed to be at right now. You dig what I'm saying? If your 5-year plan says in 3 years you're supposed to be at $20 an hour, you're right on time.
That's the reason why I said I'm not knocking anybody's
Yeah,
20.
yeah.
You see
I
what
get
I'm
that. I
saying?
get that.
I'm definitely
But
not knocking anybody's 20.
I want to sincerely ask you.
I see what you're going at.
I want to sincerely ask you not to put your energy in another motherfucker's success.
I'm not. I'm only saying it's not the end goal.
Yeah, fuck that.
It ain't no fuck that.
Unless it's my
If
kid.
I could offer
Unless it's my
anything,
kid.
if I could offer anything to anybody, never settle. There's always more.
I'm gonna tell that to my kids though. I'm not finna be
I'm gonna tell
telling
that
them
to everybody.
If I see a
because
person,
sometimes
listen,
that
the most
person didn't
important
get that.
thing, listen, what is more important, success or happiness?
Both.
No, nigga. What is more? Do you want to play?
Nigga, you can't
Are we
tell
playing
me
quick-
I don't
Are
think
we
it's
playing quick
both.
time and slime? Cause I got some liquor in there.
No,
We can
no.
take shots.
Forget all of that.
No,
I'm
no, no.
saying,
You gotta
I'm
pick-
saying, I'm
no,
saying this.
you
I'm
gotta
saying
pick-
this as a
you
man.
gotta-
I'm
no,
saying this
you
as a
gotta-
man.
No.
Wait a minute. You
The
asked me a question, right?
No, the question. These are stipulations on the question. You have to pick one. What is more important, happiness or success?
Success.
Okay, so you're gonna be bitter and unhappy in your success.
Man, I got a whole book about why I say
Okay.
success is
And
better
I
than
gotta
happiness.
respect you. I gotta respect.
I
where
got a
you're
whole
coming from.
book about it.
Me personally.
Listen.
Yeah.
The world ain't gonna treat you right with happiness. Success has value behind
talking
it.
about your own
Hold
happiness.
on, man. Wait a minute. I'm
No,
talking
no,
about my
no, no.
own.
I'm
Hold on.
talking
Wait a
about
minute.
your own
You gotta.
happiness.
Okay. Let me go.
Go ahead.
Success will always get you more happiness. Because you can put a dollar amount behind success. You cannot be happy broke.
So you telling me on good times niggas wasn't happy?
Fuck no. Them niggas was stressed out all the time.
They never was happy.
They
on
was
good times.
they was reaching for something they couldn't grab.
Okay. So you never been happy your whole life?
Listen, I'd rather be rich
when we was
with
in Perry
fucked up
school,
problems.
when we was
my
in
nigga.
Perry school, was you not happy?
I was a child.
Was you happy though?
I was a child, bro.
So you didn't realize
I was a child. So now that's why I'll tell
You
a
didn't-
grown.
you didn't
That's why I'll
answer-
tell
you
a
didn't
grown
answer the
man.
question. You didn't
That's-
answer the question.
Come on, I'm
I said,
answering both of your questions
I said, were
right
you
now.
happy?
I'm
It's yes
answering both of your.
Happy is yes or no.
I'm answering both of your questions right now. You asked me 2 questions. Success
You answered
is. Hold
success.
on, wait a minute. Success is better than happiness because as a man, your happiness don't matter.
Mm.
Your success matters way more than your happiness. That's number 1. And then number 2, you can't be happy broke. No matter how happy you walking up and down the street and you broke, bro, the nigga with the success has he could go do something way that could bring happiness in the drop of a dime. And pacify why he's mad right quick. Fuck all y'all, I'm about to go on vacation. He went to vacation. He living it up. He come back. He mad again because his success is bringing
So you
him.
never seen broke people on vacation?
Not really.
Are you serious?
They don't borrow time.
You don't see niggas at MC going on vacation every
they
year.
don't borrow
Listen,
time.
No.
No,
We
you-
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
facts.
yeah,
my
that's a
nigga.
fact, that's a fact.
You don't see niggas in MC, the broke ones. I'm not talking about the motherfuckers that's working, got a business going, because niggas chase their bag, they go on vacation whenever they go. Mine ain't even tell you. But the broke motherfuckers, they don't be at putting them bay or whatever fuck that shit is. Or they ain't in Miami. They ain't fucking up Atlanta. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gon' fuck up space. You let a nigga from MC get a space shuttle, he gon' fuck up space. You dig what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you have to be happy wherever you at. Cause how you gonna enjoy yourself? Them niggas don't be having the bread.
I believe.
No, you ain't answer the question. Do them niggas be happy when they ain't putting them bank?
I don't know.
Do they be happy in Miami?
Man, listen. Anytime somebody, in all fairness, I believe that anytime you do get a getaway, a stay away, or whatever it might be, there is some happiness that comes from that. I'm not saying that.
I get where you're coming from,
A
but
broke person is totally
I think
dead.
happiness is better than success because you can't motherfucking operate if you're not happy, my nigga. If you're not happy, I don't give a fuck. If you want to make $9 an hour and that's gonna bring you happiness,
That's not gonna bring nobody
Man,
happiness, dog.
listen,
You gotta be a 5-year-old
listen, cuz.
for $9 an hour to bring you some type of happiness,
You don't know what
bro.
niggas is doing. You don't know what niggas is doing. You don't know what ladies is doing. There's some women out here don't even work. Listen, it's some women out here don't even work, and they man tell them don't work. Enjoy life, and they might want to just have a job. So they might just get anything. They might be a greeter at Walmart. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's greeters at
Or
Walmart.
you might have a motherfucker they're 15, 16 years old. They making $19 an hour. Hold on, nigga. This is something good for me.
Are we talking about men or kids?
We talking about people in general.
Okay.
I'm talking about circumstances are different for different people. Life is what you make it. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm saying happiness. If you don't have happiness, how you gonna have motivation and ambition?
Shit, by trying to be successful.
Get the fuck out of here.
You don't need happiness in that equation, bro.
Man, get the.
You could be fueled by all your losses.
Even in my unhappy
And-
times, I'm happy though. You dig what I'm saying? I'm happy to fail at shit. I'm happy to be associated.
I'm gonna
with
put it like this though. I'm always grateful.
No,
I ain't always
fuck being
happy.
grateful. If I gotta live a life of just grateful and appreciation, I don't want it. I'm gonna be happy in my motherfucking life. You dig what I'm saying? So in order to be happy, I gotta do shit make me happy.
Get you some money and you gonna be happy.
Listen, selling crack made me happy. You dig what I'm
Get
saying?
you some money, you gonna be happy.
Fixing shit make me happy. Writing songs make me happy.
I do believe that when you do things,
Shopping, popping tags make me happy.
I do believe
So,
when you do things,
It don't listen, my
when you do
nigga.
things
Listen,
like that,
listen,
it will
my nigga,
make you
listen.
happy.
You know
I get it. I get the speech, bro. I'm not trying to. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I listen to what you said. I listen to what you said.
Wait a minute. You don't gotta go. I get that. Everybody knows men.
No.
Women, everybody like doing all of that kind of shit, my
I'm gonna bring
nigga.
my point home, man. I'm gonna bring my point home. I did not say a dollar amount was the thing that made me happy. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm saying it makes me happy.
That's fine. And the first thing I said was I respect where you coming from. But I just have to be happy in any kind of, if I'm a whistle while I work, that's going to bring me happiness.
I ain't mad at that.
You dig what I'm saying? I'm not putting in laborious time and then I can't enjoy what I'm doing. If I'm on the roof and I'm working on somebody's heat and it's cold as fuck, I'll be zoned out trying to figure that shit out. I don't even feel the cold. You dig what I'm saying? If I did, I wouldn't do that shit.
Man, I get all of that, man. All I'm saying is the dollar amount makes me more or less happy. Success,
I get that too.
Success is one of them things. The reason why it does is because men live off accomplishments.
So can I ask you this question?
When you hit milestones as a
Right.
man and certain successes,
Can I ask you this question?
it says
Is there any right or wrong path then in life?
I can't say that. All I can say is my path.
No, I'm just asking because we talking about all paths. We're not talking about individuals.
I can't say that. I'm saying I can't say there is.
So I'm
a
just
wrong
saying
path.
the beauty of life is there are many paths.
Right, but you asked
Right.
me. You asked me which one do I think is more important. I believe a man has to put his happiness aside, aside to become successful.
But we were just talking about mental health too, though.
But look,
We
a
was talking about
man,
mental
a
health
man
2,
has to
3
put his
weeks ago.
happiness aside to become successful to make everybody else happy.
Fuck no.
I
Why
mean,
would I do that?
look around.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not
That's
saying
how you
you are.
cause toxic shit and men that kill their whole family. I ain't doing
Man, I'm
that.
not saying that don't happen. What I'm saying
That's
is,
how you get them niggas that.
I'm not saying that. Hold on, wait a minute,
Who was the
man.
nigga that killed his whole family?
I'm not saying that.
Football player?
Wait a minute. I'm not saying none of that type of shit don't happen. I'm saying that's the way this shit works. That's the way this shit works.
I don't wanna be
Men have to put their happiness aside.
I'm not doing that.
And I learned that shit.
I mean, sometimes yeah, sometimes yes. When you gotta go to work, you gotta put your happiness to the side. But even when you're still at work and you come out on top,
That's
of
why I
it,
say
if you come
grateful
if you
is
come
my
out on
way.
the top of the issue, like damn, I figured this shit out. Nobody can figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm happy in that. I'm making my bones.
That's why.
You dig what I'm
That's the
saying?
reason why I highlight gratefulness. I'm grateful for a lot of things because when I have to put my happiness aside, there's things that I can do. I have freedoms. You see what I'm saying? And in order to get these freedoms, I had to put my happiness aside. I had to take sacrifices. You see what I'm saying? And that's cool with me. That's the reason why I'm grateful. You see what I'm saying?
I can dig that. Now that you say it like that, I can dig that. I respect it. But I still don't fuck with the success part. But I still respect where you're coming from. But if you're grateful and happy, that's fine with me. But if you're just successful, fuck you. I'm just saying.
I believe that men
I think if you only gear
have an
towards
on
success,
and off switch.
then you don't have empathy to relate to other motherfuckers that might be a helper along your path and approach you in a different way because you're only success driven. You don't see that person that's just trying to lend a helping hand because you might be too success driven. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's a way to look at it. Or you look at it like you're an opportunist inside of you being success driven and you welcome all arms.
That's cool.
I mean, it's the other side of the coin though, right?
No, yeah. I said that's why I said it's cool. That's why I said it's cool. What you feel about Snowfall right now?
I didn't get to watch that.
Dog, what the fuck?
I mean, you a Snowfall guy.
Man, so you ain't seen Franklin?
Man, shout out to Franklin, man.
The fuck? What should you have y'all sale here? You want to go?
Well, you know I've been working like 24/7, bro.
Because of this motherfucking recession. Because
Right.
of this recession. So I feel why you
And
grateful.
I'm not always happy.
I feel where you
Hella grateful. Because I'm not one of the dudes on the downside of life,
But when you
man.
get that check though, you be happy though.
Fuck right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you why I'm more grateful.
So you don't be happy in the everyday work at work?
Man, I feel blessed.
Man, you gotta feel that too. Did
Man,
you blessing others though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I feel
Am
that.
I always happy to do that?
Yeah.
No. I'm talking shit. But
You gotta bless your enemies though. At work. The niggas that be on that
I
bullshit.
ain't
You got ops at work, niggas.
I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do.
How many black people you work around? Cause I told you what I'm up against every day. How many black people you got in your corner?
Offhand, I say out of 24, about 12. So it's like half and half.
Damn, it's like 24 y'all niggas in that bitch. Damn.
It's to bring in.
I ain't seen 24 niggas all year. That shit crazy.
Yeah, it's about, and then like. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Yes.
Hey, you ever be somewhere and then you see another nigga and be surprised you see a nigga? like, what the fuck? Like, you ain't a nigga?
I seen the nurse at the store getting some tequila.
What's wrong with that?
Ain't nothing. I just felt like she was a little bit like, oh hey, caught you.
What?
You
Drinking?
enjoy yourself.
Hold on, was she drinking before?
saved
the shift?
lives.
Was she drinking before the shift or after?
Nah, this was on her day off.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm sitting there looking like, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's motherfucking Snowfall, dog. I'm pretty sure you gonna catch up to it when you get you a day off or two, man. It's starting off hot.
I'm gonna end up going in on I'm a binge watch a little bit later on in the day and all that.
The Upshaws too. They got the new season of the Upshaws up.
That shit is so
yeah,
damn funny.
that shit lit. That
You know,
shit lit.
you know what I'm mad
It's
at?
another show too. I got hip to Miss P. I can't remember the motherfucking I think it's Miss P or Miss D or something like that. Her shit funny. It might be killing the Upshaws a little bit.
Okay.
It might be killing the Upshaws, but the Upshaws, it is up. It is on Netflix, but we support all black shows, events,
Yes indeed.
entrepreneurs. So we're gonna mention everybody that we know of. You dig what I'm
Speaking
saying?
of entrepreneurship, man. Speaking
Uh-huh.
of black family and all that good stuff too. Adding that in there. What did you think about the Rihanna ASAP Rocky with the baby poster?
Man, I think that shit. I don't give a fuck. It's a fucking poster. Them niggas is celebrities. Them motherfuckers is doing the shot. They got their fashion shit popping.
Yeah.
The baby gonna be popping in the next 5-10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Another baby in the oven. Shout out
Come
to
on,
that.
man. They branding.
So
it is what it is.
you see,
ASAP playing his role.
you
He
see
ain't-
a lot of
He ain't the
comments.
breadwinner in his family like that. He get money, but he ain't the
but
breadwinner.
that's my next question right there. Is he not a breadwinner?
He ain't the breadwinner of the family. I ain't saying he ain't a breadwinner. He ain't the breadwinner.
So now,
You feel what I'm saying? That's like
Negative
saying
connotation
it's some
kinda
goats
goes-
in here, but you ain't the goat. You know what I'm
I
saying?
see, and I recognize how you said it. You said he is a breadwinner. He's not.
Yeah,
the
he make
breadwinner.
more bread than me.
So
Fuck.
you got people out there saying that he's emasculated because he's not in
That's
the
motherfuckers be
forefront.
having too much time on their hands to hate.
Yeah,
Niggas be wanting to hate before they congratulate anything, man. Shit.
I just saw it as a man holding his
Listen,
baby
my
while
nigga.
his
If my girl is a billionaire, fuck what y'all talking about, nigga. What? My girl a billionaire.
What's Oprah's dude name?
Stedman. Fuck.
Do you feel like he felt emasculated?
Hell no, I don't give a fuck what you think.
I was about to say, I think he felt like a billionaire.
Why do
too.
Stedman give a fuck what anybody think?
He can hide in the house.
Come on, man. But ASAP get money. He got his own thing going. Ben had his own thing going. She met a dude. We should be applauding her. She met a dude that got his own stability.
Yeah.
And then she started rocking with him.
So
Meanwhile, the people that's judging, they got kids dating niggas that don't have no jobs.
was it Trump
Live
that
on
got
couches.
this nigga ASAP out of Switzerland? Wasn't it Trump that got him out of Switzerland?
I don't remember, man. I can't remember. Was it?
I think it was Trump that got him out of Switzerland, and then Trump doubles back and says that Rihanna was the worst thing that ever happened
I
to the
mean,
halftime show.
that shit wasn't nothing. I mean, when I watch it, I'm glad to see Rihanna back getting a bag. I ain't never gonna hate on the motherfucker getting a bag, especially if they black.
Yeah.
But I ain't really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't really like it.
I think the views.
I mean, we just
went
had
up.
when we had last year. We had the whole. We had 4 legends on the stage, man. Then you gonna bring Rihanna next year? Nah.
I think they said the views went up to 87 million views
When she did it,
when she was on stage at halftime.
I mean, but she got a hell of a fan base though.
Yeah.
You know, I would have liked to see Rihanna in a more athletic condition. You know, hit us with her on the halftime joint after she done having babies for a minute. You know what I'm saying? That way I can see better have my money if she jumping on stage or whatever the fuck she do at her show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to see. Nah,
Pregnant.
I don't want to see no pregnant chick.
No pregnant
dancing.
I could dig it. I could dig it. I
I'm
could
good
dig
on
it.
seeing the pregnant Rihanna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The pregnant Riri.
Shout out to pregnant Riri, man. Shout out to ASAP Rocky and the 2
Congratulations
babies,
on the
man.
baby, though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. I thought that was a
Congratulations
beautiful
on the baby.
thing. I wasn't mad at that cover, man. I thought that shit was. I thought it was just a cover. for
Yeah,
real.
motherfuckers just be hating. That be motherfuckers that they don't like women.
Yeah, you got to be one hateful motherfucker.
She emasculating him.
Nah, he look
He
hella
walking in the
happy.
back. Listen, cuz, if
He
my
look-
girl,
he look
my girl-
hella happy.
My girl cleared $1.5 billion.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold this baby.
Give me all the babies.
I'm gonna hold this
I'm gonna hold
baby.
all the babies. and
Man.
the groceries.
Oh man, in the groceries.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that
Same
anyway.
time.
I was gonna do that
I'm not
anyway.
dropping nothing.
I was gonna do that anyway,
Come
baby.
on, man.
Take the keys, open
That's
the door.
crazy. How do you get mad and just make a narrative? They trying to emasculate the black community.
Yeah, I ain't see
and then
that.
share an old ass statue. We don't know if these. It could be black. That's a black statue they showed.
I think so.
And they had it compared. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
That's a black statue.
Yeah. I seen
Okay.
it, yeah.
So either way it go, you sexist. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Either way you go, you sexist. If you go with the male perspective, you go with the female perspective, you sexist.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is the issue?
Yeah.
Sometimes let's change the narrative up. Let's go with it. This is where I'm gonna go by night. What is that?
Okay, so now.
Marquise. What's the nine? What's the-
Non-binary.
Non-binary. That's what it's called.
Mhm.
All right, we're going non-binary with the household description. You feel what I'm saying? It's them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And ain't you
It
gonna
don't
trade
matter.
roles
It don't
sometimes?
matter what side. Of course. What the fuck?
Come on, man.
So if I'm out of town and my wife at the crib and the tire got a flat in the driveway, we got all the tools to change the tire and we got an extra tire, at least for her to get to the discount or Bell Tire.
She might have to
She
take
know
her
how to
time.
change her shit.
And or she might get the help to do it to
Right,
get there.
right.
So-
If my wife going out of town and I'm cooking and cleaning, is that gender
Come
roles?
on, man.
Come on, man. So yeah, I think that motherfuckers just be having time to hate.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers be going, oh, I don't like ASAP Rocky. I don't like Rihanna.
Man, listen, dude.
That's crazy.
Love is love. Sometimes that yin yang sign gonna flip back and forth, man. We ain't supposed to be supposed to be into it with our spouses. It ain't a competition, man. It's a partnership.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I just want to say that.
Yeah, man. That shit cool. So speaking of Snowfall and BMF, Cashed Out and dropped some new music. I think she had
Fine as hell.
I think she had she fine as a motherfucker, boy. She fine as hell. I ain't trying to talk about Days Loaf. She was fine too, but she was kind of tomboyish.
Yeah.
So nigga gotta watch what you calling fine when you talking about Days Loaf. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause what if she ain't no girl? Yeah, so-
Oh no!
You know what I mean? But
I think Dage hopefully is a
Cash Doll bad as hell,
She bad
dog.
as fuck, bro.
Buffed up. If you put Cash Doll and Buffed Up to Cash Doll now, I'm knocking both of them down for
Facts,
sure.
facts, facts.
But she bad as hell
Yeah, she
now,
bad as
dog.
hell, bro.
And she getting good at acting. She getting real good at acting, dog.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she got new music that'll drop. Mixtape going crazy right now.
Oh, yeah?
Album, mixtape, I don't know what it is. It's an album, it's a mixtape. I don't know. I know you ain't probably heard it because you've been working. So you've been listening to the handbook. That's it.
Man, I've been listening to audio books like crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Listen to that Out With the Devil.
Out with the devil?
Yeah, listen to that.
Out with the devil. Yeah.
Listen to that. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she got that new project, man. So when you next time you got some time, listen to that. She got Payroll on there. She got
You know,
I
I
think
checked.
she got Bezel on that.
I checked on that. You know, that came through my as
Then
I
the
was listening.
production going, nigga. She got the nigga what's the boy Baby Money on there.
Baby Money on there.
They got like an old boy remix. That bitch go.
Oh
crazy.
boy, like.
Nigga. No, hell no.
Oh, okay, that's
Talking
still in the
about
fire
that
though.
Detroit old boy.
Oh
nigga.
boy.
Yeah, I ain't talking about that damn loud jacket.
Do you think?
American
Wait a
flag
minute.
color.
Wait. I
Was
just
they
thought
biting?
about something.
Was they biting?
That's what I'm
Was
sitting
they
here
biting?
thinking.
I mean, come on, everybody bite from Detroit, man. It's the Motor City, man. It's the fashion capital.
Who do you
nigga.
think was wearing Averex first?
But you know, Detroit and New York got a connection.
Harlem and New
Chaz
York.
Williams was fucking
Harlem
with
and Detroit.
Chaz Williams was bringing shit together a long time ago. Big Meech was going back and forth a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Even the boy ED. You know what I'm saying? The
All
nigga
right,
that
I'll
put,
ease off of
the
y'all.
nigga that
I'll ease off of
put
y'all.
Meech and Terry on. You know, he was
Yeah,
a Brooklyn.
he was-
I think he was a Brooklyn nigga, a Queens nigga. So New York and Michigan always had that connection.
Yeah.
You know, niggas is always gonna be fly. You
Yeah.
dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Atlanta.
But
is,
oh boy.
Atlanta is New York's and Michigan baby, I think. You know what I'm saying? Mixed with
You said New York
mixed
and
with,
Detroit.
mixed with California being your side thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like every once in a while.
Yeah,
Now you
that's
got
a fact.
Atlanta. But I don't
all the
know.
lingo go all them 4 places.
Yeah, dog. But yeah, she got a new project out. That shit going though. I mean, I fuck with the Nicki Minaj. I seen the list with Billboard. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
think
know,
she got some
I
shit
know
with Ice
Cardi
Spice.
doing her thing. Fuck that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit no more. You know, it's cool. Nicki was Nicki.
Ice Spice can rap.
Yeah, fuck it. But I'm talking about Cash Doll right now.
Oh,
Cash
shit.
Doll shit going, and that's the home team.
What
You know
if
what I'm
what if
saying?
Cash Doll and Ice Spice make a song?
I wouldn't listen. I just want to hear Cash Doll. I want to hear and see Cash Doll, nigga. I'm subscribing to her OnlyFans if she got one. You hear me?
Ooh, you wouldn't subscribe to that? No, I'm
Nah,
gonna say
I
that.
don't
'cause She
give
look
a
like
fuck
a
about
baby. I ain't gonna
Any
front like a
motherfucker
baby.
when any chick that fuck with Drake, I got a question. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was you on?
So you questioning Rihanna?
Yeah. Like, I question her taste, but I knock that down before I knock down Ice Spice. The fuck? She's a billionaire, cuz, you hear me? A billionaire. Nigga. I'm from the what's that nigga name?
The Stedman area?
Oh, nigga, fuck Stedman, nigga. Who's the pimp, nigga, with the book, nigga?
Oh,
Iceberg Slim. I'm from that
Iceberg
era,
Slim,
nigga,
yeah.
right after that.
Slim
I'm
Baby
saying?
Ride Rims. Yeah.
But and then, you know, speaking of music, Payroll got the new project out.
Yeah, I heard some
I
of
think
that.
it's Ghost Mode.
I heard
That
some of
motherfucker, dog. Payroll make you want to go sell everything you got, nigga, for 90 days. Don't spend it,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and then just pop out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But his shit going crazy right now too. He got Babyface Ray on that motherfucker. I think I let you hear that
Let
shit
me hear that
yesterday.
last night. That was fire.
That shit, nigga. Babyface Ray making an impact right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
dog. I think he might. They say Rio the young OG, but I think Babyface Ray the hottest nigga in Michigan.
You think so?
I think so,
What
bro.
about Skilla Baby?
I think he young still, but you know I still like All Star JR.
I fuck with y'all.
I really like what Cash Doll doing. I think that, you know what I'm saying, you talking about big names, right?
Yeah.
Cash Doll bigger than them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah, that's a fact.
and you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to take away from them niggas' success, but we talking about big niggas, big dogs, steppers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think Cash Doll to solidify her spot, and then that new project, nigga, that, like I said, that shit
I definitely
retarded.
gotta check that out, man.
But like I said, Payroll shit didn't drop. We done heard a lot of the Team Eastside cats, you know, with the dropping the Peasy, Icewear, Bezo. I don't know if Babyface and drop, but I've been really fucking with a lot of their music the past months. You know what I'm saying? Seeing as far as new music, you know what I'm saying? But to see Pay drop, Carter on some shit, he had some other production too. But then to see that Babyface Ray collab, nigga, that shit was like, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to hear Payroll and GT. You know what I'm saying? I want to pay payroll in GT and maybe payroll in Dusty McFly or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Dusty McFly,
I want to hear something like that. And
legendary
or
name.
even some motherfucking Stretch Money. I want to hear Stretch Money and Baby Money or something.
Man,
you
where
know
the
what I'm
fuck is my nigga Stretch Money?
Dog, I don't know. I seen that nigga in the movie. That nigga still had the rollie and shit. Still had the buffs. That nigga don't look like he's starving or nothing. So
Yeah, I saw him too.
I think niggas just
about
need
a
to
year or
bring
so
that. I
ago.
think niggas just need to bring him out. You know what I'm saying?
One of Michigan's most household names, a Detroit legend, most definitely.
So you been watching Drink Champs?
I think the last Drink Champs I saw, actually I didn't see a Drink Champs. I saw when Nori was on the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it was like in the middle of the night, but that shit was hella controversial.
The Joe Budden podcast?
Yeah.
What was popping off on that?
So Nori was on that motherfucker, man, and it was no hold bars, man. You talking big money?
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
he even gave Joe Budden a little bit of props. Said I like the setup, low key.
Yeah.
They thought he was trying to steal the setup.
Nori?
Yeah. Because it's clean in there. It's real clean. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It looked like Joe's setup looked like a bar of soap, and it looked like it smelled like baccarat.
Joe Budden
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
that's that. He smoking.
he
crack?
looked like,
Is he smoking?
man, that nigga. What? I don't know. I think that nigga's far removed from crack.
Okay, cool. All right.
Um,
Just saying, he making them kind of allegations. That's crazy.
you know, Joe doing his thing right now.
He always doing his thing.
It's not the Joe Budden podcast no more. It's the Joe Budden Network.
Oh, so he got other podcasts under him.
You know, Queens Flip fuck with him.
Okay.
Melissa Ford.
Melissa Ford.
Melissa
fucking with Joe
Ford.
Budden?
Yeah, she's
Damn.
yeah.
Who else he got?
Yeah. You know, he still got Ice and Ish. And that's them.
Mhm.
And every now and again, all of them is rotating on and off.
Yeah.
He interviewed Nori by himself though. I think Parks was in the back.
Yeah.
But it's a hella controversial pod.
Yeah.
I think you want to check that out right there, man, because I don't want to give a lot away, but Nori wasn't holding back. That nigga is in a good way full of
Pappy and
himself.
Bagby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nori, you can't really disrespect Nori, man. Like, I don't think that Nori gonna steal a nigga's set.
No, Nori ain't gonna steal a set. It was all games. It was fun and games.
Yeah, cause you know what I'm saying? Even for a nigga to come on your platform, knowing y'all, in a sense, y'all competition. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. Not saying in totality, but in a sense, y'all competition. So it's like you popping out,
Yeah.
you coming to show some support. Hopefully that wasn't no real slight. You know what I'm saying? Against Nori. 'Cause that's some
No, it was beautiful. It was actually a
Okay.
beautiful cast.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was like two Tylers playing in the sandbox trying to build a castle together, but at the same time, like, my castle better than your castle. But like
Yeah.
it was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope to see.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones I think you want to watch, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But so is Vlad a hip hop legend, dog, or is he a culture vulture? Because let me this might be a loaded question. Vlad been in the game long as French Montana. Before French Montana became French, it was the nigga with the camera, behind the camera,
Right.
making the moves behind the scenes, putting cats on, like, or helping to put cats like Chingy's Drugs on, helping to push other cats, man. Vlad TV was out there doing his thing when Smack DVD was around.
Right.
Is he a culture vulture?
I want to say he's perceived to be, but I personally don't believe he's a culture vulture. And I do believe that he is a hip hop legend.
He a hip hop legend?
Yeah, he's definitely a hip hop legend. I think.
Okay.
What's the lady's name that you said she was in Borat?
Lunel.
Lunel.
Yeah.
I think that.
Shout out to Lunel, man.
I think that if a lot of other rappers were still alive,
Yeah.
based on them type of outlets,
Yeah.
and Big Worm, whatever his name is, we would have seen some of our greats on Vlad TV.
Faison Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have seen them because those are the same likenesses.
I think we see some of the best interviews sometime on Vlad. You know what I'm saying? And then, for the simple fact, Vlad put out, he gave Lunel the job. You feel what I'm saying? Then she was I just seen her, not to skip the topic, but I just seen Lunel on Drink Champs, right? And she was on there explaining her whole journey through the whole entertainment shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you sit there and you be like, damn, she always stay relevant, it's because of people and opportunities like Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying? He kept her popping.
Right.
And then her grind, of course, you know what I'm saying? But we take for granted seeing motherfuckers like Lunel. Just like my man at Pinky on Friday.
Yeah.
Clifton Powell.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
shout out to
saying?
Clifton Powell.
Niggas be taking, they take for granted seeing niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Lunel was in Out All Night with Martin.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? She went with legends back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that Vlad is a culture vulture. I think Vlad sees shit that some motherfuckers don't be seeing sometimes.
Shout out to Mo Grease in the chat. He said they need to sell some buses.
Who? Man, you give me a bus, I'll turn that bitch to a party bus. But I ain't picking no kids up for school. How nobody want that job?
Well, no, I don't.
It's a lot of overtime right now. If they ain't got no staff.
But it's a short-term job, though. It's only for, what, 6 months out of the year? 6, 7, 8 months
I
out of the
don't
year?
know, dog. I don't know, dog. That shit wild,
That's
man.
the reason why you got to up the pay in that. Because,
Yeah.
one, you don't get a lot of hours. And then, two, it's a seasonal job. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Man, motherfuckers, man.
sorry about that. I didn't mean that. I just saw that, man. You know, I got to acknowledge the
But
chat.
it's one of them things, like, if that you have to put them through an extensive background check or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though them niggas gonna be working for like 4 or 5 hours, paying for their whole 8. You feel me?
Yeah.
Don't short them niggas or none of that. Give them the whole shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then them motherfuckers gonna come to work. I know if I got a job and I work 4 hours or 5 hours, and I'm getting paid for 8, I ain't missing a beat at
I
that
ain't
bitch.
missing a beat
Nigga,
in that.
fuck
I
is you
show
talking
you,
about?
right. Show you.
Plus, I got these kids' lives online, but I'm happy that at least you ain't got bus drivers that don't give a fuck. At least you got motherfuckers that rather call off than ride around mad as hell with your kids on the bus.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the motherfucker riding around this bitch? Fuck these parents.
Man.
Badass kids. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids going to East right now. I don't know. Is it called East? What is it called?
We're going to call it East.
East, Ipsy Middle East. Them little motherfuckers bad, dog.
Man, I ain't never seen
You know what I'm saying?
East
Them
Middle
niggas
School
bad,
not
dog.
be a bad school. George, if you went to George and
I ain't
East,
go to George.
was horrible.
I ain't go to George.
I went to George,
Yeah,
man.
When you talk about being grateful, I'm grateful I ain't go to George.
No, that shit, it's just like going to East.
That shit like going to Roberto. I'm glad I ain't go to that. I respect R.I.P. to Joe Doolin, but I'm glad I ain't go to that.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Going to Roberto was fun.
Fuck that. Y'all ain't have enough students. Y'all got 12.
Stop. I think we had like 100.
Y'all had extended family worth the amount of niggas in that
We
bitch.
might have had 200.
200?
We might have had 200.
Man,
I think it was less than that.
there ain't enough niggas to potentially sell no bud
Yeah,
to.
nigga, that was the shortest bus possible.
Yeah, man. Y'all niggas could probably.
No, but it was a lot of kids on the
buses.
buses. That's the funny thing about it. I think we had 4 buses and it was a lot of kids.
So
on
why
all
you
of them.
think these schools can't keep bus drivers and shit, man?
They not getting paid enough?
You think that's the simple answer?
Of course.
So you don't think nothing wrong with these
So it's
employees?
seasonal.
Nothing wrong with the employees.
There's always something wrong with the employees. It's seasonal
Yeah.
and they're not getting paid enough. Where's the incentive?
What about hall monitors?
I'd rather be a hall monitor, to be honest with you.
I'm just gonna deal with.
No, I'd rather be a bus driver.
I'm gonna deal with whoever can get here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to deal with the transportation side. I want to deal with the kids that was able to get here. If you ain't able to get here, I ain't got to deal with you.
I want to deal with whoever can get here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially working for a district like Ipsy.
Yeah.
Do you know the crazy shit, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, we Southside niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Pioneer High School, graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Know a lot of the niggas that balled out there and on the basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
Lavelle Blanchard is a principal, was a principal at East. I mean, he puts airs up so much. He told my son, yeah, your dad was always working hard. Man, why you lying to my son, dog? You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit y'all do to these kids.
You don't feel like you was working hard?
Fuck no. You would just lie to the kids. If you keep lying to your kids and to yourself, you're going to have districts that don't have enough bus
You don't
drivers.
think he was just trying to put, well, I ain't gonna lie, man. You already got a smart ass
Listen,
son, so.
My nigga, back in the
You
day,
ain't gotta tell me
back in the
that.
day, niggas would have, the teachers would have jumped on buses, no CDLs, and went to get the kids. For real.
Dog. No,
they
you
would have
ain't.
jumped in the buses,
Just jumped on the
drove,
bus,
and got
no
the
license,
kids.
and got the
They would
kids.
have got the kids. There's some teachers right now ain't got no driver's license driving the
Dog,
school.
could you imagine the bus driver telling the kids, yo, y'all sit down, the police behind.
Hey, shout out to Ralph. That was our bus driver. That nigga never called us.
Yo, y'all chill out, the police behind you. Dog.
Who got some blood in here?
Oh, man.
Hey, but our bus drivers was good at FG when we went.
Shout out to Ralph, yeah.
We had a good, and we went to school when you think, see, we went during the Reagan era. They were selling drugs during our school, like when we was in school. So you had enough money to go around. Yeah, you had enough money to go around. When you stop the flow of drugs, you fuck up the school district. Inkster schools even had schools back then. You did what I'm saying? So you
Wait
gotta
a minute,
keep-
pause. Inkster schools had schools back then. You gotta elaborate on that.
They ain't got no schools.
Don't have no schools? Ain't no
Nah,
schools
nigga.
in Inkster?
Nah.
Why?
They might have buildings still. I don't know.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, man.
Ain't no schools in Inkster?
You surprised? You
Well,
ain't
no,
know-
I'm not surprised, but fucked up cities I've ever been to.
It ain't like Flint though.
Nigga, Flint is one of the most fucked up cities I've ever been to.
Yeah. That shit crazy, nigga. When I was in Flint, like niggas living, nigga, that shit was fucked up.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy, nigga, seeing them niggas live out there. I'm not even fuck that shit, dog.
Shout out to Flint,
That
Inkster,
shit,
man.
Yeah, man, we all,
Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the whole
Yeah.
I-94, man.
yeah, them niggas looking fucked up there, though.
Yeah.
I think Rio, the young OG from up there,
Yeah,
man.
he from up there.
Mm-hmm.
He look like he from up there.
Yeah, man, but niggas gotta put them apps in. And them niggas gotta stop drug testing. Flat out.
Niggas gotta put
Niggas gotta put them apps in, man. If you know them kids ain't got no bus drivers, you need to be, let me go put an app in. Let me go ahead and sacrifice for my community.
Well, shit, be a teacher too, man, and get the pay rate higher.
Ain't nobody doing all that, dog.
Dog,
We gotta
listen,
start somewhere first.
We gotta stop settling too. That's the problem with people. Now, fuck black
Yeah.
people period.
Mhm.
We settle, then we complain.
Yeah.
And then we settle some more, and then we complain. If you want to fucking
Yeah.
keep driving, if you want to get high, you gotta drive the nail. Keep driving the nail.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna just keep on complaining.
I ain't complaining. I'm just saying them niggas ain't got no buses.
It's not
nigga.
you, nigga. I'm talking about the bus driver.
They ain't got no buses.
Man,
Them niggas, I don't know if them niggas play cards the night before and be like, look, I'm calling off. What you doing?
speaking of trains, pause. It's not.
Hey, how much they paying niggas at AATA?
I don't know, but how much do you think they paid to get that train to derail over here in Van Buren Township?
Yeah, dog. Hey, why all these trains derailing?
I just fucking asked you that question. I just
Why-
asked you that
Why all
question.
these trains derailing, my nigga? I want to bring
And they
that
said
up.
there was no hazardous material in it, but they found one cart with hazardous material. They're not even putting out what company it was from, and they're not saying what hazardous material it was either. So
You think it was fentanyl?
my question, that's crazy. That saying fentanyl is crazy.
I'm just saying. Because Kodak Black just got found with some fentanyl in his
In the
system.
system.
That shit everywhere now, B.
I mean, shit, airborne. Damn, that'd be
Airborne
crazy.
fentanyl?
Yeah, that'd be fucking crazy.
I don't know.
I don't think ain't nobody.
I don't think they got airborne fentanyl. You think Kodak Black fucking with that raw? Or thought he was?
Well, they saying they finding fentanyl and weed and all that.
Man, I hope they ain't find that shit in my weed. Shit. I can't afford it. I gotta work tomorrow. I can't have no fentanyl in my weed.
Man, you sound like a whole Mexican.
I gotta work tomorrow.
I gotta work
I
tomorrow.
can't have no fentanyl in my weed.
You sound like a whole Mexican. I can't do that right now.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I
Shout out
can't
to
do
the
that.
Mexicans, man.
Hey, but niggas be doing that shit, man. Motherfuckers be knowing that shit's some drugs and go use it. Like,
And then
straight
say
up,
that
nigga.
shit after a nigga OD.
niggas go talk their day ones and that shit like, man, look, we didn't accomplish everything, cuz I got some perks.
Shit, nigga, you got thousands, my nigga. You might as well go ahead and do this coke.
You know what I'm saying? I got the best perks. And that's why I'm wondering, like, how you mad at NBA YoungBoy for trying to change the way he, you know what I'm saying, he perceived?
Man, NBA YoungBoy is doing the right thing right now.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You done ducked the feds.
He beat them bitches.
Yeah.
He beat the feds.
The best thing you could do is turn it over.
He ain't had to do no Crime Stoppers either.
Right, you ain't on camera giving up nobody.
Nobody. Hey, is his baby mama still in the joint? Mayweather daughter?
I think so.
She more solid than a lot of these rappers.
Nigga, that's crazy. You Mayweather. Did she kill somebody or what?
I think she stabbed somebody. Is they dead? Damn, I forgot. Check that shit out. I wonder if they did.
What? I wonder if they did.
if they did, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. So he got babies by steppers.
Dog. Well, he from where?
I don't know where he from. He from Baton Rouge.
Yeah,
He from Baton Rouge.
No.
He
Mayweather.
be a young boy. Oh, Mayweather from Grand Rapids. I think.
Grand
I
Rapids.
think he from Muskegon and Grand Rapids. He a Michigan nigga. You know what I'm saying? They said that nigga used to fight his cousins battles and shit. Like that nigga Mayweather was like the family fighter. Like, you know how it used to be like, nigga, you better go fight your cousin, man. That nigga, you talking this shit
He
again.
can't fight. Go whoop his ass for him.
He get knocked out every weekend. Huh? You good? Hey, what you making? You making something just for you? What you making then, my guy? Chili. You said what? You said with some confidence. You think it's gonna be good?
What?
You think it's gonna be good?
Yeah.
Alright, bet. Yeah, man. So, alright. So, you know, I like Vlad TV, and I'm watching motherfucking what's that nigga name, man? Faison Love, and they talking about Michael Jackson was on that motherfucker. You had Nuke.
My bad. Ayanna Mayweather has been sentenced to 6 years probation after she pled guilty to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
She ain't in jail.
Nope,
She out.
she's out.
Out on bail. Push out of jail. California treatment. As soon
Okay.
as the stuff.
I thought she. But you know that's Mayweather.
Yeah, he probably put the best lawyers he could behind that.
I think he even did that with YoungBoy.
You think he did that?
Yep.
I mean, young boy, he a young boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas gotta remind themselves that this nigga not no nigga that been in the game for 30 years, 40 years. So you gotta give him his mistakes. Just like even with Kodak Black, you gotta give him their mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Michael Jackson, Faison Love said Michael Jackson, well, Faison Love got informed that Michael Jackson whooped the motherfucking monkey ass.
Hold on. Yeah, that was hilarious.
For biting Ron Nuke's son. They say Mike gave him an 8-piece.
An 8-piece.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
You think the Gary, Indiana came out of?
It's the Midwest thing. It's a Midwest thing. Cause even Nelly will beat a nigga ass.
Cause we don't punch niggas, we bink them.
No, we punch niggas until.
But why do we always do this? When we swing, why we be like pink, 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 pink? These niggas be like pink, 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 pink.
I'm like, you what the fuck is he doing? Like, what the fuck?
No, why we doing that? Every time we get up, you see two niggas fight.
Hey, you know you fight niggas, you know you about to beat their ass, and you talking your shit before the like, bitch. I've been wanting to beat your ass, dog. Say that whole shit again. You know what I'm saying? Shit like, oh, do niggas fight still?
Yeah, and then they go outside and shoot. But you know what? Look. This made me happy right here. Like, so I'm watching the T Grizzly RP, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me happy all the time to hear this nigga do this.
Yeah.
Because Southside niggas did it. And I thought we was the only niggas who did this.
500
When you hear a nigga
Yup.
get mad, he can beat. When that nigga started doing that shit, I'm like, oh yeah. We did that shit all over the
But
state.
that's some Michigan shit though. Bitch, I beat your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, you hear somebody blurt that out, you know somebody about to get shot.
Hey, but remember before a fight happened back in the day? Hey, nigga. Hey, you know it's gonna be something.
This is about to be
It's about to be
shit.
something. It's about to be
You heard
something.
was
But yeah, they say Mike gave that monkey an 8-piece, and then they said the monkey was praying.
Well, how you think Gary and Indiana niggas get it in, like when they about to fight? What do you think they call it?
I mean, you seen Frank Gill? What's his name? Freddie
Gibbs.
Gibbs. He ain't getting it in. So
no,
I
but he still
think I think Mike is a rare breed.
I think
Mike come from
like
the Joe Jackson cloth. Joe fight.
Yeah, he beat
He
shit
fight
out.
kids.
he the real definition of fuck them kids. He the real definition of fucked up kids.
Joe Jackson a mean piece.
His wife was like, you know, Mikey got an A?
That motherfucker.
Fuck Mike.
Hey, that nigga Joe Jackson, the first nigga to have plastic surgery. Nigga.
Dog, I think he got the whole industry set off like that.
He the first nigga with the BBL.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
Mike
Bandman
was-
Capo Jackson. Like straight like that, nigga.
Is Batman Capo? That nigga last name ain't Jackson, is
I'm saying that's that nigga. He the apex, nigga.
He's
Joe
Apex.
Jackson.
Batman Capo Jackson is wild. That nigga said.
Yeah,
Shout out
man.
to Shout out to Batman
Yeah,
Capo,
man.
man.
But hey.
That nigga don't give two fucks, man.
Hey,
That nigga rich.
before we get into the main topic, the meat of the conversation,
Okay.
I got to ask.
Pause.
Huh?
Go ahead. You gonna pause the shit out of that.
Hey, talk about it. So, is Derrick Rose magical?
Ain't no sour cream.
That nigga been against all odds. He come from Chicago.
Uh-huh.
That nigga done had both his knees blew out.
Yeah.
That nigga done lasted, it's like 17 years in the NBA, 16
It's
years.
been 17 years.
Dog.
Ain't no sour
Did you see the standing ovation he got in New York?
Ask me how many.
I know you seen it because we just watched it 15 minutes ago.
I was about to ask you to ask me how many times you think I seen him play
How many times you seen him play?
since he been in New York.
Since you've been in New York.
Every other time he's just been sitting out because of his knees.
So you ain't never seen him play?
My nigga's name should be knees down.
No, man, you gotta put some respect on his name.
No, shout out to
That
my
was the
nigga,
league
man.
MVP. You dig what I'm saying?
No, I'm talking shit,
That was
man.
the league MVP, G.
That man,
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose is a special
Derrick Rose
dude,
said
man.
that he said on the Matt Hopkins show, he said that voice told him to go to the show. The same voice that told him to play basketball.
Yeah.
We all had that inner voice in ourselves, and we stopped listening to that voice. That's why I say it's magical, because I believe Derrick Rose has stayed tapped into his higher self. That same person you are when you a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you grow out of because people always want to put their limitations on you.
Right.
So that's why I asked. I'm being serious when I say, is Derrick Rose magical?
I definitely think Derrick Rose is magical.
Okay. Okay. I can dig it.
And the reason why I say he's magical is because he has undying faith.
Mm-hmm.
For a man's knees to blow out 2 times and to be an MVP and to still be playing a great game of basketball, you know what I'm saying? He's
Brilliant game, because he just was playing some of his best basketball a year ago.
We got to think about the Grant Hills.
He brought the wave back to New York, in my opinion. He brought the wave, the winning wave, he brought that back to New York.
We got to think about the Penny Hardaways.
Mhm.
Some of these guys never saw a season again after their injuries. You see what I'm saying? So,
But you know, Penny he got shot though before he got to the NBA though. So Penny was a little different. He was a little different.
shout out to Penny, man.
Yeah,
Damn, that
you
shit
know
fucked
that?
me up. I ain't know that.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn.
He from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I believe so, but Penny got shot before. So I think his injury progressed. Along with some of the wear and tear that was going on with his body. But to your point, yeah, like some of them cats didn't make it to them next levels. And Derrick Rose, we've watched this nigga on many occasions where we probably thought, oh, it's over for him. Came back.
He came back.
He came back. You know what I'm saying? So, and just to hear a story of his family and how raw him and his mom relationship was, he going to get that bread about her purse so he can go, he on some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shit, going to bet at the motherfucking park and shit. Getting money.
It's regular ghetto shit.
Nigga, because they was broke. But it's a difference. Remember I asked you about being happy, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know, I'm talking about as a child, because you said I was a child.
Yeah.
It's the difference when you know you fucked up when you were a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom made it clear. I don't know if she ain't say it to you, but we brothers. She told me when we was kids, we ain't happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
we what? That
don't
we
be
happy?
ask me for nothing.
Oh yeah, no,
You know what
don't
I'm
get me
saying?
wrong, man.
So,
I want
I
to
know
say
we
this.
wasn't poor.
I want to say this,
But
right
I know
here,
we
man.
wasn't ass get wealthy.
Dog, I want to say this about our childhood. The only thing I didn't like about my childhood is what we grew up around, man, because that gave me complete anxiety.
You ain't like growing up around
as
brothers?
far as like our household, in our
Yeah.
household, we had a good upbringing, man.
I love the neighborhood we grew up in. I wouldn't.
No
No disrespect to nobody else's neighborhood because I love the hood, but I love this being from the dirty.
I
love not having shit and being around other motherfuckers that didn't have as much as everybody else either.
I
But
love
still
being
having
from the
that,
hood, man.
you know, that camaraderie.
I love being from the hood, but the negative aspects of it is what gave me anxiety, man.
But you got negative aspects everywhere.
Yeah, but I was a child. What I'm saying is, I couldn't get rid of that shit, and plus it gave me PTSD.
You got PTSD from
You know what I'm saying? Seeing niggas dead in parks and shit like that, man. That shit kind of it was. I don't think a child should see that type of shit, man.
Niggas
So-
see it every day on the internet now. That's
Right,
crazy, man.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
How intimate that
Yeah.
viewing would have been. It went from, have you ever seen a dead person to how many dead persons
How many
many
dead people
see?
have you seen?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it changes.
And I'm not trying to go there with it. I just think that, you know, in every ghetto, a kid gonna have that type of anxiety and PTSD, man. And but I will say this much right here, man. The home life can be very separate from outside of the home, and it's a lot of parents that did do a good job and tried. It's just that when some of these kids stepped outside, you know, things kind of went left with some of them based on what was going on. And just to say, like, some people are like, oh, it starts with the parents. Yeah, it starts with the parents. It also starts with the neighborhoods too. Sometimes parents go where they can afford. You see what I'm saying? And it's not always, you know what I'm saying? It's not always the parent did something wrong. You know, even like the dad on what is that? Not the Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
He was a real good dad.
Yeah.
And he was all their dad, so to speak.
Furious
too.
Styles.
Facts.
Furious Styles. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And but the neighborhood is just what took over. You know what I'm saying? We had a good 506 South Hamilton. We had a good little
even
court
if the
right there.
neighborhood do take over, we seen it with Nip. Like his influence from his grandmother still helped him influence his neighborhood.
You said something right there that I was thinking about the other night at work, man. I want to say rest in peace, Yogi, man. Because
Yeah, man. Hold on, man. We gotta give a moment of silence for Yogi.
I have never made it.
All right, Peter, my nigga, man. I'm gonna have to go to work. I ain't gonna be able to make the funeral. But
Man.
dog, that was one of the niggas that, man,
He
being
be-
in Perry school, that was
Yeah.
like an older brother, nigga. And I ain't never
Yeah.
had no older brother.
Yeah.
dog.
And
That was
like-
definitely an older brother, man. Celeste, BJ, Milton, Weenie, all the
All
whole
of it, man.
family, man. That was love, like just being in that same court with niggas.
Yeah.
And then we was like, you see how God worked. We was staying over there with Edward in the summer. Then we happened to move
We have
over
to
there
move
too.
right there too.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like God. I'm like, y'all pick
Yeah.
this. Okay, y'all like this. That's where y'all gonna be. Shout out to the 500 block. Period.
Then moving Ann Arbor, then who was right across the street?
Yogi was right
now.
across the street.
That shit
Shout out
crazy,
to them,
dog.
man.
That's gonna be crazy, man.
So
yeah.
going back to what you said about Nip, man, being a pinnacle in society, being a pillar of society, I love the legacy that Yogi leaves behind. As far as his workout sessions went.
Man, he was a great. He seemed like a great father too.
Yeah, man. Working for Michigan.
I know his kids gonna miss him.
That's
dog.
a
I know
man.
his kids gonna miss him.
We had a loss right now, man.
I
So
know his kids gonna miss him, dog.
rest in
Like,
peace, Yogi, for real.
that's one of the things, you know what I'm saying? When I see my dudes pass, dog, that make a nigga want to just do more of what I do.
This is what I've done.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you never know. Any day could be your day. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said the happiness thing. Like, man, success gonna come and go. You know what I'm saying? But happiness is something that you can sustain through most things. I might not be able to have no bread, but I might be happy being broke. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all I know. When I was a kid, that's all I knew. I knew we was fucked up, but I'm not finna risk my shit. You know what I'm saying? And go sell dope. That's one thing I didn't try to do young. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, my happiness is what I realize is my peace
I can respect that.
is what I value
I respect
outside
peace,
of
too.
what everybody else's safety and shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because I put that above my peace and my happiness.
Yeah.
That's what matters to me. And I feel like when I lose my guys, you know what I'm saying, that was one of the closest, you know what I'm saying, influences to how I conduct myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That fucks me up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, nigga been losing motherfuckers since like the 5th grade.
Very
You know,
good.
about that nigga Cedric and shit, nigga. So
Cedric.
a nigga kind of like numb to that shit a little bit, but now that we older, it's like, damn, it still feel too soon because we only in our 40s. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that was like the big bro. I used to read about this nigga in the newspaper, like the
Yeah,
physical
man.
paper, my nigga.
Yeah, man.
I used to read about this nigga in the paper, and I wanted to play football like that nigga.
That's
You
the
dig what I'm
type.
saying?
That's the
So,
type of shit right there that put
yeah,
a
that's
good
crazy,
feeling in my
man.
heart right there, man. Because that was a
We had a
beautiful
dope
soul.
ass 2 classes though, dog. 99 and 2000, nigga. That shit was like family for real, nigga. Like Dead ass, nigga. Like when niggas stopped going to East and West and we met up at Ipsy High and shit. Even when niggas went to different high schools, niggas was still locked in.
Still locked in, man.
Niggas still
And I'm
locked in.
2001, but at the same time,
Mhm.
still.
Mhm.
I'm tag along, so to speak. I remember being over there at Artist Elementary, jumping off the boat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Fucking your knees and your chin
Yeah,
up.
yeah. But I listen. Here go the thing, though, man. I'm glad that shout out to people like Yogi again, man, because and rest in peace to Gary, man, our cousin Gary, man, because all of that
R.I.P.
shit that we used to do, I couldn't do a backflip to save my life, but I could do a no-hand cartwheel. I was jumping
And
off and stuff.
That's why
I was
say
jumping
South
off.
side,
You
man.
know what I'm
South
saying?
side.
Some acrobatic ass
It
motherfuckers, bro.
was some soldar shit, bro. That
I ain't
shit,
never had a back problem.
That shit, it was some soldar hood. Like, that bitch was big. It was diverse. I think that was the difference with our hood. Like, you had different parts of the hood. So
Yeah.
you had motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying, Perry School had a perspective, the townhouse had a perspective, the Ave, you know what I'm saying, the houses, you know what I'm saying, niggas down in, you might want to say Hollow Creek. Then we had motherfucking satellite sites, you know what I'm saying, over in motherfucking, what's that shit, Liberty Square.
Liberty
You can
Square.
consider that South Side if you want to. Motherfuckers had, like, nigga, that shit was different aspects. It wasn't no one way we look at the world type shit.
Okay.
Only thing niggas come to collectively on the South Side agree about, we gonna gamble, get some money, and jump. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact. It
Gonna
wasn't no
gamble,
fair
get
ones
some
out
money,
there.
and jump.
Unless you was just regular friend.
Niggas gonna killing them bees like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like on everything I love, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was like a family thing. It smelled barbecue. It was like that sort of like in the Willow too, going to see AJ
It was
Limbo.
like that, man. It
You
was
know what
like
I'm saying? It
that.
was family oriented, but
You gotta think the
it
still
was
all
like
niggas.
it was like just the houses out there. Like
Yeah.
they ain't had no hoods. Like we had hoods, but we had hoods in the hoods. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got the projects. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can have a football game just the projects if you want to.
Oh, that
You know
shit
what I'm
was
saying?
wow. That shit was fun.
So,
Man, let's okay. Monroe versus the rest of everybody,
nigga,
or
remember going to East, nigga, playing football, nigga. We had Bloods versus Crips. Like niggas was burnt out. Like, nigga, like that's the type of shit we like to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the type of shit we like to do, dog. So it was just always that hood factor, but family oriented sports. You could fight back then. You know what I'm saying? You might fight some niggas from the green. You might fight some niggas from the fours. You might fight, but it was gonna be some fights.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be no I'm about to kill a nigga because we fought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We championed ourselves
Yeah.
about going around saying we whoop some ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No matter where you was from, it ain't matter what hood you was from, nigga. If you know, we just like I said, Southside did a lot of jumping, but
Yeah.
niggas still fought though. Niggas still fought, nigga, and that shit helped niggas live as long as niggas live now. You know what I'm saying? Just having that perspective, trying to do shit the right way, getting some morale about
That
yourself,
fight. It's just the fight.
getting some
period.
morale, like you going to
Yeah.
the service, me having good friends, like nigga, I still have extraordinary friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know who they are. You know what I'm saying? But my thing about my friends, I don't have to hit them up every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can like a picture on the book.
And
I
that's
send a
that.
nigga a text of some enlightening video. I can get an enlightening text from a nigga on a video or something. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to. My niggas don't have to. We don't have to have sit downs and smoke weed every day in order to be friends.
Right. That shit is just
It's motivation.
Yeah.
And when you realize your energy and your friends bring good energy, that's what you need it for. You don't need it for no financial favor. You're supposed to be getting your own bag. We did that when we was young.
Mm-hmm.
We helped each other get some money when we was young. Now we gonna keep each other up spiritually. Cause if my nigga ain't doing well financially, we too old to not be doing well. What are you doing? The real question is, if I give you some money, that's not gonna help you right now. Cause what are you doing?
It's gonna pacify you.
Of course, you come
You'll be
catch
broke again.
You come catch a couch for a couple weeks if you got to or something like that. But
That was like,
nah, nigga, we supposed to be on the bag. We've been on the bag. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm talking about in all kind of positive ways. So
Yeah.
that's what I think about. You know what I'm saying? Being from the hood was a real deal maker
I
for
don't
me.
ever go out of
You know what I'm saying? It was a
Yeah.
real inspiring thing. Like our pops, nigga, hearing the nigga perspective from the 900, being from the 500, like we see things in different ways, nigga. Like I always looked at Perry School as being like the Harlem of the South Side.
You said what?
I always looked at Perry School as being like the Harlem of the South Side. Like that motherfucker being like with the niggas that had a little bit more money, but we ain't living in houses.
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Them bitches was brownstones when I look at when I
Like the broke hucksters. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's what we was. We was the broke hustlers. Like,
The broke
like, look at it,
hustlers,
man.
man.
You had, for the most part, everybody had.
We had roaches though.
Man, listen, the whole South Side. When
Theo
I think
with
back
roaches.
on it, bro.
Theo with roaches.
Listen, man, the whole South Side had good parents, bro. I'm thinking about everybody, man. Don't get me wrong. You had your man. It's just this is just where niggas was from. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of it's a boy don't do that. I'm gonna tell your mom she's gonna whoop your ass or I'm gonna whoop your ass type shit.
But that's nationwide programming though. That ain't just in one neighborhood.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
We key into it, and we often try to blame them individuals. But that shit a nationwide program. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at our elders for that. They ain't know no better. That's why I love them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But man, the meat and potatoes about the motherfucking podcast today, my nigga, man. We gonna Jay Prince's son, Jay Prince Jr.
JPJ.
Man, they said he a rat, man.
I expected that.
You expected that?
Yeah.
They say Mob Ties been on that telling on niggas.
It seemed like the niggas was over there hiding something.
bullying niggas for telling on niggas.
I think the niggas was always over there hiding something. That's the reason why.
They say Jay Prince the feds.
Come on, man. None of them boys ever got locked up for nothing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Is that the kind of... But, you know, him always trying to skew other people's images.
Somebody called you Marcus Porter, right?
Fuck them.
Wait a minute.
It's all
What up,
good.
though? I gotta, you gotta read the chat.
Who that, cuz? No, let me see
You know,
that.
Carmen talking about what up, bro? What up, sis?
What up, dog?
Right
there. Who said the porn? Oh, that's my nigga Meatball. Fuck Meatball. That's but I got a story about
Shout
Meatball.
out to Meatball,
I got a
man.
story about Meatball. That's the first nigga that nigga saved the nigga. I ain't eating those. I was the oldest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My bunch anyway. But yeah, Meatball saved the nigga on the bus, but that nigga was shorter than everybody, dog.
Man, that nigga was a wrecking force.
Yeah, he was like the boss baby. Hey, Meatball to get on boss baby.
Man.
Yeah, that's my nigga, man. Shout out to the Kid J too.
Yes, sir.
Shout out
Yes,
to the
sir,
Kid J
man.
doing
It's
this
proud to
motherfucking
see
thing,
you.
dog.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
That's
thing.
a
Shout out to all the you know, I'm biased to the MC artists. I don't give a fuck if your music terrible. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Kid J shit there, everything terrible.
Yeah.
But if your shit terrible and you from MC, I'm still gonna promote your shit, nigga. Fuck it. And if you from Ann Arbor, I don't give a fuck. As long as you doing something. But Meatball, little midget ass, that nigga ain't grew since the kindergarten.
He ain't need to. God was like, man, if we make you...
That nigga Meatball was an instant baby. He came out his proper size and height.
If we make you any bigger, you gonna be doing crazy shit. Nah, man.
man.
Shout out to Meatball. Always had a level
Yeah.
head, man.
That was my guy, man.
Always was a good dude.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Meatball.
That nigga look like he playing movies that we ain't seen yet.
Shit, you look like you better go out Meatball, man. You better go out there and go for some acting jobs, bro.
Man. So what you feel about that nigga T.I., man?
T.I.
He's trying to backtrack.
So now,
he's trying to clean it up, nigga.
Look, check this out.
Trying to
check this
clean
out.
it up.
I think that T.I.
Trying to clean it up, nigga.
I think that T.I.
He called it a kerfuffle.
can't clean this up. You can't clean this up. I'm gonna tell you why.
He said he got paperwork.
Yeah, he got paperwork, but you came out your own grill and said, I told on my dead cousin.
Hey, let me ask you this, my nigga. I've been in the street forever. I'm gonna just say this. Long story short, I don't know where my probation paperwork is.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't even know where my bills from DTE is a year ago. How the fuck do you are a rap megastar. You still got your paperwork from when you was in the street? That's too convenient for me.
I mean, you can always go get that pull.
You can. I feel it. You can go get it pulled. Okay, maybe he did that. I give him that.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
give him that. Yup.
I think that
But why you ain't say that shit at first? Why you ain't say it at first? You done fucked the bag up now.
I think he should have kept his mouth closed.
You fucked the bag up now. You put Boosie in the fucked up situation.
Did you put Boosie in front of you?
Fuck yeah, nigga, you done wasted time. You done probably shot motherfucking scenes to this damn reality show. You done motherfucking you done wasted studio time with this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You think that nigga was like, man, give me all my fucking money back? Boosie.
Man, there wasn't no money involved, but I'm saying time is money. You know, Boosie a hustler, man. That nigga ain't got time to be sitting there wasting with this nigga, man. Then you gonna come out, and then now you a rap. Like, was you doing it for clout?
Man.
Was you trying to chase a 6ix9ine bag?
I don't know what the fuck this nigga was. He should have just shut the fuck up.
No, I'm glad you told us. I'm glad you told us.
I'm gonna tell you why he should have shut up.
Karma, a motherfucker, nigga. Karma. He did something. Nigga. Everything
You
done
think
in
you
the
got
dark.
a Telltale Heart?
Everything done in the dark come to light. He did something.
Remember the Telltale Heart book?
What you talking about?
That book where I forget who wrote the book. If chat, whoever's out there who knows, just
I
put
don't
it
know
in the
what's the
chat.
book.
But Telltale Heart is about a killer
Yeah.
who buried his victims under his living room floor. The police came in. They didn't think that he killed nobody, but he
Yeah.
was a suspect.
Yeah.
They had to make him a suspect.
Yeah.
So they went around asking whether or not he knew about the people who were missing. They didn't even know if the person was killed yet, dead yet, right?
Yeah.
They came in, they looked around, but they was just talking to him like a regular person. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And later on, you know, his paranoia got to him, and he ended up basically telling on himself.
And I mean, that's what that's what Tip then did. Now this motherfucker, man. If you ain't do it,
Yeah.
why you ain't instantly had that shit? Then this nigga said that it was he said it was a scenario. When I heard the video, or when I seen the video, to be precise,
Yeah.
I ain't seen no motherfucking scenario. That nigga said, to be honest, see, I volunteered that. I was just being honest. So how now you trying to backtrack?
He should have just never said nothing, man.
You trying to backtrack?
I'm gonna tell you why, man, because you would have kept the respect in your pocket if you would have just never said nothing.
I think that motherfuckers didn't have no respect for T.I. Niggas didn't have no respect for T.I. But he explaining too much.
Hold on, turn it down.
Bro need to be there looking around. You don't need to be looking at me. You be looking around.
Now, when you say you need to be looking around him,
What you trying to
is you
imply?
trying to threaten Boosie? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna threaten the nigga because you told? That don't make no sense. I'm almost about to say that's some light-skinned nigga shit.
Yeah, that's some weird nigga
That's
shit.
some light-skinned nigga shit,
That's
man.
some weird nigga shit. I ain't
You
gonna put
mad
that
at
on all my
Boosie?
light-skinned niggas, man.
You mad at Boosie because he can't mix. His uncle told him he can't drop it. He can't drop it.
I don't know, man. I just think that the nigga he just fucked his whole self up. You going by street rules. You can't do that. You can't say you done snitched on nobody. You gotta do what Tony Yayo said ultimately, man. Your lawyer tell you to shut up, you shut up. Period.
Yeah, Yayo put it the best.
You don't say anything, so
You gotta turn
I don't know
on
how,
when you get.
even if it's a dead nigga, loud nigga, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
No, that's not good. I'm tripping.
I mean, my lawyer's gonna tell me don't say nothing. I just think that's the
Right
best.
now, I heard.
Well, here's the thing with Boosie, though, because this makes it a little bit unique. So, in a previous interview, I brought up the whole story of Terrence Gangster Williams, Birdman's brother, who ended up telling on, but
See, that's where the trouble started right there. Boosie spoke on Terrence Williams because he told on some dead motherfuckers.
Right.
You run around with Tip. I don't know what the fuck. Why? I don't know if T.I. had a dream. Like, hey, nigga, you forgot to tell the people you told on your cousin.
But he said that.
But he came
said
right
that
after
prior.
that.
He said that prior to.
But then it didn't air though.
Right.
It didn't air. That was the episode that aired. And no, that's T.I. footage. So T.I. is the nigga that leaked it. So he can't be
Or
mad at
somebody
nobody.
copied and pasted and put it out.
Mm-mm.
He re-put it out.
He put, even though it was him coming out with short hair, that was the first time it ever aired. That was the first time T.I. has control. He got all the footage. Remember when T.I. and his wife was going through the rape allegations?
Hold on.
Listen, check me out. When T.I. and his wife was going through the rape allegations, expeditiously stopped coming out with episodes. So after he got in the clear, he started putting out footage again. He thought it was clever to put out some footage. He thought it was funny to put out some
So
footage.
he put that shit out himself?
Man, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know whoever was in that room doing the interview with him was like, nigga, what?
He thought it was funny.
No.
My cousin, and then he said he talked to his dead cousin.
I heard that part too. I was.
Now he
I was-
Mr. Cleo. He can talk to
baffled
dead
about that.
people.
Man, listen, man.
Come on,
I don't
bro.
know nothing about this.
If that
nigga.
ain't no acting, he still think he in Takers.
I don't know nothing about this.
He might
nigga
think he
T.I.,
in
bro,
ATL, man.
But all I gotta say is he killed his own career, man.
You think it's cool? But he killed it at the end of it. He killed it at the end of it.
Yeah, you can't get no extra money except for.
He got millions already though. He got some millions.
Yeah,
And niggas niggas still gonna be playing Be Easy. Niggas still gonna be playing who I mean is Rubber Band, man.
Niggas still play Step in the Name of Love.
Yeah, so niggas they gonna keep playing it.
Yeah. And
It
don't
is
get me
what it
wrong,
is.
man. Like if that's all you did, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I'm not looking at you weird.
Why let
No, let me rephrase that. I'm not looking down on you for self-preservation. I'm only looking at you sideways because you said you took some type of oath. That was a street code. So I got no other
Man,
choice but to
T.I.
do
talk. Don't no nigga talk that much.
What you mean?
Man, that nigga T.I. special powers is talking.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's like
So it shouldn't surprise nigga that he a rat.
no, it's not surprising to me. I thought it was a rat when that Tick thing came out. I thought before the Tick thing came out. I thought he was a rat when he got caught with all them guns and then go to prison.
He went to prison.
Or here in the day, bro.
He went. And I don't think his shit is sealed on that either. You can look that one up.
It was a year and a day.
Yeah, he went.
You see the kind of guns he had?
He went though. Sometimes you gotta pay that bread, and his shit open. You can go check that case out. That ain't the one that.
So what's up with that case? How'd that go?
You can go check that case out. Ain't nothing on that one. He did his time. That nigga had to pay hefty tabs on the restitution. It is what it is. But the shit with him and his cousin, too.
Nigga, he had switches and extendos and modified guns.
But that's what I'm saying. He already
a year and a day.
Look, that was the telltale sign. He already had a good rapport with the police. He was already good with it. They say, look, Tip. They're like, look, Tip. We gotta put you in jail. We know you're around all the gangsters, but we gotta put you in jail. We're gonna make it look good though. We're gonna give you a show. We're gonna give you a commercial.
We actually buying these guns from you.
We're gonna give you gonna drop an album. And then, matter of fact, you're gonna violate probation when you come out, and we're gonna send you back. You're gonna come back home. You're gonna be big. You're gonna be good. Then you're gonna drop Takers, the movie. You know what I'm saying? So they gave him a sweet deal.
Yeah.
They gave him a sweet deal. But
that's crazy.
Okay, so this is.
but then nobody put that footage out but T.I., man. Then nobody. It ain't like Donald Trump when he said, "Oh, you gotta recount the votes. You gotta recount the votes." No, that was T.I. He put that shit out.
Yeah.
Rubber Band Man put that shit out and it flung back at his ass.
No, I didn't see.
You know what I'm saying? But the crazy shit is, in my research, this might be breaking news to some, but in my research,
Should I top it off with cheese?
man, what's going on with the nigga Jeezy?
Shit.
Man, they say that
gotta make him make a little music.
they say they caught him coming out of the federal building
When?
when Meeks was going through his shit. They caught him coming out the federal building. He turned over. This can be research. It's all out there.
Mm-hmm.
He turned in some Lamborghinis because the feds wanted them. So I know they ain't just say, "Hey, we need them cars." What else you tell them? Like, what kind of agreements you get?
We don't want you, but we want them cars.
You want them cars? That don't sound right.
Mm-mm.
That don't sound right. So
That sounds like cooperation.
Faison Love said these niggas is actors. Faison said these niggas are actors.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know what the fuck Jeezy done did or said or I ain't seen no paperwork, so I ain't gonna just say that. But what I will say
But
is, if a
Whack
person
100,
has to,
Whack 100.
if a person has to go
My bad,
to
go
the
ahead.
federal building and you turn it in,
Yeah.
you turn it in Ferraris and Lambos and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
I can say right there blatantly that is cooperation.
Now let me ask you this.
You're cooperating with turning
Jacob
that
the
shit in.
jeweler. Jacob the jeweler went to prison behind that shit. You telling me a poppin' rapper
And
didn't?
he did.
A poppin' rapper didn't?
And then he was wearing Jack Daniels
Blue Da Vinci went to prison for that shit.
a year later.
You know what I'm saying? So
at 12:50.
it's just, you know,
So-
we blaming T.I., we blaming the 6ix9ine, but
Okay.
is rap music has it already been tainted?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Now let's take it even deeper. Was Tupac dry snitching? When he said that Biggie knew who shot him in these interviews, and Puff had something to do with it, and all of this stuff. I mean, we can't be biased. We say that people pick and choose. We gonna put it on the floor. It's Tupac snitching.
He wasn't snitching, definitely dry snitching.
I mean, is that not snitching?
It's a level to
It's
it.
not to the police, but
He wasn't. Yeah.
police listen to shit and then they use it as
tipping-
evidence, right?
He was tipping the folks.
Police use shit as evidence, right?
He was tipping the folks out of emotion, or he was doing it on purpose.
No, I ain't asking no clever answers.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
Respectfully.
Listen to what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't go in and tell on nobody, but he definitely tipped the folks out of emotion, or he did it on
What are you
purpose.
doing? Is that because you didn't have it?
So is it do you think it's in these artists' nature to tell? Just for the simple fact, the profession that they in, you know, I'm an artist. I'm on microphones all day long.
That's a hell of a question to ask.
Is it?
I don't think it's an all.
Is it more addictive to be a street nigga or artist for these artists? You dig what I'm saying? Is anybody asking the artist that? Do you want to be the street nigga you're portraying, or do you want to be the artist that get the checks for the street nigga that you're portraying?
That's a hell of a question to ask us. I'm sure you got guys on both sides of the fences.
I don't.
On either
I don't
or
know.
side
I
of
don't
the
know if
fence.
niggas can answer
And
that.
on both sides of the
I
fence.
don't know. That's like
Yes, I was there.
It's like-
There's guys who went to jail that was rappers and held it down, and then there's guys who gave it all up.
right.
You know?
Like you got your niggas like Casanova 2 times. He trying to put that image up. He trying to get on. He a new artist. He still around the apes. That nigga get knocked.
I mean, that's the same thing.
He gone.
You do then.
Kodak Black. Wyatt Fan Lucci. Thugger. All these niggas.
Well, shit, I was gonna go back
You know
to
what I'm
Lil,
saying?
I was gonna go back to Lil C's, man. That nigga told him within a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Now, did Lil C's tell? Cause did he?
yeah, they got the P-Dub on that nigga.
Word.
Yeah.
Now on the see, I didn't. I'm glad I didn't bring that up on my topics. So Lil C's told on Lil Kim.
Everybody know.
Word.
Yeah.
But he on Mad Papa show acting like he cool with
Man,
Kim.
listen,
But Kim
bro.
just forgave him.
It might have.
Wow.
He definitely told her.
Wow. Why would you told on Lil Kim?
Yep.
Lil Kim.
Lil C's is a teller.
How was niggas supporting Lil C's, dog? That's
Man,
crazy.
people only
He on tour right now with Jadakiss.
People
It's
only
crazy.
support this nigga off the strength of him being Big's little man. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, this nigga is.
So poured into the fire.
And then, you know, niggas gonna make excuses for, oh, he was a kid. All sorts of shit like that, man. Like,
Teaching me.
it's pick and choose, selective politicking, like people say.
That's
So,
crazy. But I think that even when you got cats like Nip, right,
Okay.
you had niggas that understood the beast they were dealing with. You know what I'm saying? When you in these streets. You think what I'm saying?
mhm.
And they didn't bring, other than him dying, they didn't bring the streets into the fold of what they was doing. You know, maybe he wasn't doing no 6-0 business no more or whatever, but as an artist,
Yeah.
you gotta remove yourself in a way. You do what you do behind closed doors for your set, for your hood, right? That goes without saying. That's why niggas shouldn't be saying it. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
So, well, we live in a day and age now where the artists want to say, "I put guns in my hood." I'm not gonna say the artist that said it. If you verse in this music shit, you verse in this hip hop shit, you already know the artist that said that. Why do you feel the need to tell niggas you put guns in your hood? You feel me?
Clout. That's all clout, man. Motherfuckers want the clout. Motherfuckers want to be that guy. That's all that is right
But
there.
NBA YoungBoy showed us that you don't have to really do the shit.
It's been
to
really
really.
before NBA Youngboy.
But NBA YoungBoy was he getting the shootouts and shit?
Of course.
I'm talking about during the rap career.
Niggas was dying behind NBA Youngboy.
So that's how he got his clout. That's how he started popping.
I mean, NBA Youngboy.
Or is the music popping?
Both.
Okay.
You gotta think, man, like, in these last 10, 15 years, it's been, you gotta show and prove. Why should we look at you as a gangster rapper? And it's not that young boy was out there doing the shit because he wanted people to have, it was just the niggas from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, whatever the fuck that is down there that he's from, and shit was happening and it was popping off while he was popping off, so that's the reason why. Just kind of like
Right.
The Baby, you know, the nigga gets on by smoking the nigga in Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask this. I'm glad you brought the baby up. Is he canceled? It's like the snitching shit going both ways right now.
Of course the Baby's canceled.
The baby is on camera telling
And I ain't gonna front. I think that
Like
the
a
baby is
motherfucker.
canceled because
Uh-huh. I think street niggas want the industry back.
I think
street
that
niggas
part,
want the industry
that
back.
part, and I think whoever is behind the baby is also taking some of his legs from him.
I mean, because you got to at some point in time, you can't stand for the arrogance of some of these artists that you push.
Yeah.
You gotta let them niggas know who in charge, especially if they not bosses.
You gotta buy one get one free tickets, bro.
Niggas ain't going to that shit, cuz. Like I said, this nigga is on video telling, my nigga. I'm telling, nigga. The police don't even respect these niggas. They putting the footage out. The footage is coming from the police station. You see the nigga YSL Woody? That shit come from the police station. It's not no fucking footage.
What's up with the YSL Woody shit?
That nigga telling too. Fuck you mean? They got the whole video on YouTube, man. You can check that shit out. Man. Check that shit out, my nigga. Niggas be forgetting what niggas do for you and then want to just tell them nigga, man.
Speaking of
This
television,
nigga Thug was giving niggas money before they made a hit.
Yeah. Did we talk about K-Flock?
No, I don't think we talked about Flock.
K-Flock, man, drill artist, New York. I don't want to say the Bronx. I think, yeah, he's the Bronx. They told him basically, in order for him to get out of prison, he must tell. And life ain't just on the floor. Death is also on the floor.
Man, when I talk to little cuz on the phone, bro,
Is that why his uniforms be like that?
I don't. You know, I ain't never been to the joint, my nigga. You know, I did some county time. And it ain't never really crossed a nigga mind to even, like, I just, you know, me, like, you know, you just talk to a nigga and the shit just, if you get caught, you get caught. If you don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of, it's just like it's just black and white. It's black and white. As you get caught, you get caught. If you don't, you don't. Motherfuckers be trying to skew the shit. Because if you pull a nigga down, man, you pulling up, you don't know what else. If you got a lot of shit going on and you feeding a lot of niggas, say you pull another nigga, you don't know how many niggas that nigga feed. You disenfranchising a whole nother ecosystem.
Yep.
You pulling the niggas, you grabbing their feet from under them. You pulling a rug from under a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't cool, man. And I feel like, I mean, of course, Thugger got information on any of them niggas, man. Especially if he the boss, he know all what everybody was doing. He ain't said nothing. So it's unfortunate he probably gonna get slammed, but I don't think people feeling sorry for him because I mean you chose a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just even with the Eric Holder situation right now, you know what I'm saying? We know that, you know, if you kill a 60, you're a real one. That's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? If you were 60 especially. He is 60. They really didn't put no paperwork out there to say if he really was a rat. So I think that's out the water. That ain't even a thought no more. Now it's just you killed Nip. You know what I'm saying? But some of the niggas that didn't like Nip, because it was niggas that was in this set that didn't like him, they probably not going to be mad at Eric Holder. It's probably going to be other niggas that was rivals that's not mad at Eric Holder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They look at that nigga like he was savage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's...
So it's a double-edged sword, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword. But
Wait, that was
the drill scene, I think New York, it's sad to say, like, New York was known for the lyrics, now they known for drill music.
And I thought
It's crazy. Like, what happened to that? What happened to that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That ain't never coming back that way. Not that way.
I often thought, I'm like, man, what else these niggas, what other cadences the niggas gonna be able to use? After Philly came with their cadences,
It ain't...
you know, Detroit got a different cadence too. You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole thing right now is motherfuckers is copying that. I ain't saying copy, but taking that whole like either the South or that Detroit sound and or trying to blend them both together. But the only people that's really treating it right and actually doing some justice
They
by
got
it
BMF-itis.
is LA niggas.
Niggas got BMF-itis. Just like they
Bay
had,
niggas.
just like they had LA-itis or California-itis.
Now they got
And
BMF
some niggas, I remember back in the 90s, nniggas wanted to be from New York. Niggas they want to wear the goggles, they want to wear the puffy coats, they
The
want to wear the
goggles
Timbs.
was too much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know niggas that want to dress like niggas from Atlanta. You know,
Yeah,
but,
no, I never. Yeah.
but
Shout out
you
to them though.
You talk about all them eras, and you talk about now, like, you know, everybody want to be that Detroit shit, man. Like, they can't think of no other cadences. And Detroit got that. They got that. The sound the rhythm is just different.
Yeah.
It's different. It's a pocket of something that it's like jazz. It's like hearing Miles Davis, and then they got the offset drums, and then he playing something on them strings that or that horn, that something that, you know what I'm saying, and then you don't feel it going together. That's the whole Detroit.
It sound like
vibe,
it
bro.
look. It sound like it look. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Like the
This is
music out here
this is
sound
city
like
of
it
the
look.
jitters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas gonna jit on the beat and off the beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gonna jit on the police. They gonna dip. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna get little when they gotta get little. You know what I'm saying? It's the Michigan mindset.
For everybody who's not from out here, you really want to know what it looked like, listen to the sound. It sounds like it looks, for real. Like it definitely does sound like it look.
But that's
What
why I
you
say
hearing?
niggas is happy out here though, nigga.
What you hearing is how niggas actually talk.
Niggas be happy in
It ain't
Michigan, nigga.
Yeah.
Whether you from Saginaw, Flint, Muskegon, Grand Rapids, Detroit, Ypsi, Inkster.
The sun hit different out here though. The sun definitely hits different out here. And you appreciate that bitch when it's up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That shit wild though. What else you had, my nigga?
Shit. You know, I seen something in the news, man. This is a little way off subject, but it was weird. I was looking at when they showed the train derailment.
Yeah.
One thing that did spook me was that it happened also in Ohio, and then next to it was another article showing, and this was, I want to say February 3rd. I saw.
Mm-hmm.
They had cows all in a straight line. Like, did you see that too?
No, I ain't see the cows.
Yeah, it was cows. Cows were all just stopped, paused in a straight line, just looking straight in a row, and for miles and miles and miles. And the question was, what were they looking at? You know what I'm saying? Or what was the feeling like? You know what I'm saying? We all know that when animals start to have behaviors that's out of the norm, that we should all pay attention to what's going on in the atmosphere, the land, or whatever it might be. It could be earthquakes, it could be tsunami, it could have been anything, and then we did just get an ice storm. You see what I'm saying? So it was crazy to see, like, dang, the animals are paying attention to what's around us. They're more locked in and keyed into than actual humans are. We wait on the weatherman all the time, and we could actually look out to our animals to see what's going on sometimes. But it was just baffling just to see them cows just in a line like that.
Yeah, man. I think that they ain't telling us something. There's something about them goddamn train derailments niggas ain't putting out there.
You heard about the unidentified object that was in the sky?
Yeah, what's up with that shit? That shit keep shooting down shit in the air.
Yeah, man. That's, again, they not telling us something, man. I'm already knowing right now, you know, we are in a spiritual warfare right now. There's no doubt about that. You either gonna be operating out of your higher self or your lower self, and that's it's showing. Like it ain't no in betweens. You seeing it within the people. You either seeing them in their lower self, or you seeing them in their higher self.
Yeah.
Period. I ain't seen no in betweens yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I saw a graph that was showing the world splitting. It's like an ascension graph. I think I have it on my phone. That's on that phone right there. But for the most part, it is two people right now. You either operating out of your lower self or your higher self, man. Again, I advise, especially men, because men we supposed to be leading, I advise you to use your discernment. Don't be too quick and hasty to speak. Sometimes let whatever's being said and done marinate unless it's immediate danger. But try to operate out of your higher self, man. It's a lot going on out there, and you should be keen to it.
So, all right, going back to what we was talking about with T.I. and Boosie.
Yeah.
So, T.I. is at the cafe, acting, you know, he's trying to antagonize Boosie.
Paperwork party time?
Yeah, like he's trying to antagonize Boosie to the point where he's trying to bring him out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
TLP King good, man, right here on the west side, man. You know what I'm saying?
Leave them know that the paperwork was on prison. And if they wasn't here, they should be saying anything about the case. You hear me?
I've been waiting on one special.
Did he put that?
Guest to show up, and he ain't showed up yet.
I mean,
But it was somebody who had something to say about me and
that
You know, this position is on my
It's all Urban Central.
But he ain't here.
All Urban Central?
All Urban Central.
All Urban Central. You can see this on All Urban Central.
Get fly, then get shot. You hear me?
Wow. All right, pause that right quick, please.
I'm right here in the cellar. You hear me? So come on, if you got something to say about me.
I got two things to say about that.
Yeah.
One,
Chime in. Chime in.
don't wave the piece of paper. That could have been any fucking thing in your hand. Put that bitch on a projector or something, man. That's number one. Then two, if you know you ain't did nothing, ain't no reason why you should be threatening the man's life when it's all a big misunderstanding.
I mean, but you put the misunderstanding out there.
Right. So now, when the man calls you out on the shit that you said you did, now you want to say something about getting shot? Like, you totally wrong for that.
No,
You
he
are
said getting shot.
Oh, getting shot. Whoo. I was about to say. I was about to say. T.I., man, I know you got them federal guns and all that shit, my nigga, but you don't want to be threatening nobody. God damn.
No, I don't think he said get shot.
Okay, get
But
shot.
I'm saying that the temperature, that shit could be rising up.
Yeah, put that bitch on a projector, man. You could be, listen.
Them niggas is egos, man.
He's walking
He
around
goes.
like this. He's walking around like this.
Egos.
All Urban Central, you said? He's walking around like this with some paper in his hand. It could have been a piece of paper that he took out of a notepad, whatever, and did this. Put that boy up on the projector, man. Let people read that and let the word spread around if that's the case. But at the end of the day, you still said you told on your dead cousin. You cannot take that audio back. I'm pretty sure people can clip that and it's all over the net. So that's your fault.
So, I don't know, man. I think that nigga needs to go ahead. You think he needs to bow out?
Yeah, he just need to be quiet from now on.
You think he needs to bow out?
Go ahead and take the silence. You can take it, right? Let's talk about Mav Hoffa and China Mac though, man. I think he was bringing up some interesting points before we turned on the cameras. So China Mac and Mav Hoffa get into it. You also said that Styles P was getting into it with Mav Hoffa. But China Mac was talking about how Mav Hoffa said wasn't supposed to, basically calling him Vlad and all of that, saying that he was the Fed, so to speak, implying that, and that he wasn't supposed to put out street business based on Troy Ave's case. And you alluded to the fact that Troy Ave has basically been saying, you know, he's been talking his own shit for the most part. Mm-hmm. And he's free to say whatever he wants to say. He has been for thus far.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Mav don't seem like he's saying nothing that he ain't supposed to. He let niggas come on. He ain't asking niggas questions that, like he said, ain't been said on other platforms.
Yeah.
So, what's the problem? I think niggas is jealous that Mav got the popularity he got, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that motherfuckers is just, they looking at it that this nigga podcast come out shitting on niggas, and that's what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they want to stop it by any means necessary.
If you look back, you see a lot of reputables on there, man. Everybody from even Styles P, Fat Joe, Omar Epps. I mean, what is it called again? I call it the Matt Hoffa Show, but it's
My Expert
My
Opinion.
Expert Opinion, man. That shit has been, it's one of them podcasts that you're going to look at besides Drink Champs. And, you know, you kind of sitting here and letting it marinate for a hot second. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Sometimes people throw temper tantrums, man. And he did throw a temper tantrum on one of the No Jumper employees. They ended up fighting over a cooking show, which I thought was stupid. And then now he's trying to pick fun at Mav Hoffa or whatever you want to say. Involving himself into some shit that he ain't really involved in. I think it was absolutely stupid. I think Mav has a great show. And you're right. I had to sit there and think on that for a hot second. Don't get me wrong. I think some of the stuff that was said earlier, like
I think them niggas is just, they mad that that nigga was on the show, and
Yes,
You think he was mad because he was on the show?
no, I think that nigga they mad at like niggas like Troy Ave on the show.
And he can't get Troy Ave on his show.
No, he mad at Troy Ave on the show, and Taxstone trial just started, and that motherfucker, they don't know if this nigga gonna testify at the trial. That's what it boiled down to. They don't know if this nigga gonna testify at the trial. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this nigga saying he got a case he fighting, but is the case you fighting as a witness? You fighting
I
as a witness?
see now what
Nigga-
China Mac was saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. So China Mac is alluding to the fact
but at the
that
same time though, is you trying to protect this nigga if he is gonna testify?
if Troy Ave was to say certain things, then he would have had to take the stand.
And you said half.
If he would have said certain things on that podcast, it would have got back to the, whoever
Or-
indicted him, and
or
then
just
he would have had
the
to.
whole instance, if the nigga, if you get the nigga right, if you see him getting questioned and answering questions, you gonna answer the questions. You gonna question him too.
Exactly.
Oh, we know he'll sit down and be questioned. We can sit it down and we can
Now we
question
can
him
sit
too.
down. Right. At
You know what
first,
I'm
we
saying?
weren't even thinking of none of the shit he was saying on
Right,
that podcast.
right.
Now we can question him on that because he opened up
Right.
the book on that.
Right.
I see where China Mac is going with that, and I also see that maybe he does talk a little bit too much. But I listened to the interview, and he didn't overstep the boundary. Maybe he did. I ain't a prosecutor, but
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. I don't know, man. China Mac,
Taxstone used to have a hell of a podcast when he was.
maybe China Mac trying to help the Taxstone situation out, maybe not. But at the same time, I don't think it's his place to tell Matt Hoffa who to have on his show, what line of questioning to give him.
Yeah.
Especially are these guests coming on your show? So, if these guests not even on your show,
I guess
then what kind of, what do you can't dictate what they talk about. You don't even get this quality amount of guests on your stuff. You know what I'm saying? As far as like big names, you know what I'm saying? So,
No, I ain't had a big name on there.
so
Definitely not a big name.
niggas gonna take what you got. You know what I'm saying? If you got small time motherfuckers, that's all you got. Man,
I
I see
see-
a different breed of motherfuckers.
I see
So,
China Mac in the growth and development stage, which is cool,
So,
and I definitely see Matt Hoffa a few light years away from that, and ultimately I don't think he should have even responded when I really look back at what was going on.
the thing is,
That snitching shit is crazy, man. That shit is real crazy. People either gonna call you a snitch because they think you're implying that you're gonna tell, which in Troy Ave's case it seems like they've been saying that for years. Oh, he gonna tell, all because he said the streets is a myth, and I gotta agree with him. The streets is a myth. But let's be honest, man. The kids is gonna play that game up until they knock their head a couple of times, and then they're gonna be saying the same thing to the next generation. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. I don't know, that shit retarded though.
Hopefully we learn from the urban plazas and not have too many more urban plazas, but these young kids ain't out here with Uzis no more. They got switches on handguns, so.
Yeah, that shit dumb as hell. Why the fuck these niggas is... I don't know why they so worried about math. This podcast is crazy. Like I said, I just see it as hate.
But what's up with this? Oh yeah, no. Okay, so you said Styles P was mad at him because he had the J Hood nigga.
And I guess, Jay Hood, he didn't give him the right account of how that nigga was on the label, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What kind of support he got, what kind of support he didn't get.
So now, did you
All that type of
did
shit.
you look at J Hood as
I didn't even like Jay Hood. So. That wasn't my cup of tea. I ain't saying the nigga couldn't spit.
I thought he was super average.
Mm-hmm.
I did for a hot second look at him like a baby Locks, but then again, like he came in and faded out so fast that I forgot about him, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then when they said J Hood, before this whole interview came out, when they said J Hood, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, You know, everybody had them little niggas around them. DMX had Dragon. Jay had Bleak.
So, how you feel about, you know, Nicki Minaj having a divorce or getting a divorce or allegedly getting a divorce from Kenneth Petty, her husband?
Shit.
The child molester. Is he a child molester or just a pervert?
Allegedly, yes. And to be honest with you, man, I ain't got no girlfriend, man. I want to fuck her.
He's just a pervert?
Yeah, man. You know what, man? I don't know. I don't know enough about him, but all of the paperwork is reflecting back at the fact that he is.
I don't know. That shit crazy when the motherfucker though. She knew that nigga was why would you even marry a nigga that had that kind of background?
Her brother, well, what's up with her brother?
Shit,
And
I
he's
don't know.
somewhat of the same cloth?
I mean, yeah. Did she meet the nigga through her brother?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Did she meet the nigga through her brother? Like,
I think that I think their divorce is gonna happen. He looked like the sideline nigga. She ain't never really looked happy with the guy. She looked like she tried, but 95% of these women out here look like they're trying anyway. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Like if you see a woman with a man, just like say y'all out and about, say you taking a stroll in Detroit, right? Most of the niggas is trying to get back in good graces with their girl. Or they with their side piece.
who?
Men you see walking out with their women. Like on, you know what I'm saying, on some like date shit. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get back in good graces. That's what you seeing right now. You see a lot of
You
that.
say anytime you see him out?
Damn near 95% of niggas is out there trying to get back in good graces with their girl. That's what you seeing. You see what I'm saying? And that 5% is actually really happy, but there's so many unhappy relationships out here that it's crazy. Divorce is at an all-time high. Women cheating.
I thought divorce was brought. I thought the numbers was brought down a little bit.
It was brought down? Really?
Yeah.
That's
Look
good.
that up.
That shit's still high. That shit's still high. Every time I turn around, all I hear is divorce this, divorce that, divorce this, divorce that. Oh, my man cheated on me. Oh, my girl cheated on me.
I think marriage and shit is strengthening.
It's stagnant right now? I mean, not stagnant. Yeah, let's call it stagnant. Stagnant. It's like the numbers are stagnant right now as far as like.
Stagnant meaning ain't moving.
Exactly.
They is moving in a better direction.
All right, bet. Shout out to marriage then. What you think is the cause of that?
Shit, faithfulness. Motherfuckers is faithful.
You think people can be that?
Yeah. I don't think you have to be a cheater. I don't think you have to be. No, I don't think you have to be a cheater. You think so?
No, I don't think so at all. I think that actually cheating sucks. Cheating sucks, man. And I feel bad for the man and the woman on both sides, whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for the cheater due to the fact that they can't get right unless they get right. But I also feel bad for the person who got cheated on because now they're going through, you know, psychological warfare against themselves and they're trying to save relationships and or they're out of a relationship and they, you know what I'm saying? And that psychological warfare is still hitting them real hard, like why? You know what I'm saying? That question why comes up a lot. And it's just sad, man. People walking around, again, not happy. But you said that relationships are you know, they're moving in a better direction, and that's a blessing. That's some of the best news I heard all year.
Yeah, so we ain't seen Krishan and Blueface in the news lately. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get used to seeing them motherfuckers in there.
I heard Lil Baby was in the inbox.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. My point of bringing them up is, are we promoting toxic relationships? Is that the way we trying to put out there?
It's been like that since. What was that shit called? When Kids in the House on MTV?
Mm-hmm.
It's been
Because
like
it ain't no shortage of
the real world.
it ain't no shortage of motherfuckers that got. There ain't no shortage of motherfuckers that got a relationship, is it?
Say that again.
It ain't no relationship shortages, is it?
I don't think so.
So you telling me that
You can get in a
you
relationship
telling me
with
that a
people you want.
motherfucker look at that shit and a motherfucker look at that shit and just be like, oh no, I ain't fucking with it.
Hold on, ask that again.
I'm just saying a motherfucker look at their relationship like they ain't fucking with it no more. Like, it just seemed like it just seemed like that motherfuckers look at the negative shit versus the positive shit in a relationship. Like that's popping, the Blueface and Krishan shit popping more than watching a relationship that's positive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
I
Like,
see what you're
other
saying now. I see
relationships
what you're
out
saying
there.
now. Yeah. I think because it's entertaining. And then too, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard it a lot. A lot of women felt. See, I don't want to just put it on women because there's toxic dudes out there too who probably feel the same way. Like if stuff ain't going on in their relationship, if like there's no problems, then the other person must not care about them, kind of thing. Kind of like people are addicted to that negative standpoint because that's what makes them feel validated inside of their relationship. It could be toxic masculinity and femininity mixed together. Obviously, it's a toxic relationship, but I've heard that so many times that when you look at a Blueface and Krishan, it seems normal.
Yeah. I don't know if it's normal or not, but I don't know, man. No Jumper is a big ass platform. You got motherfuckers on that bitch doing their thing, popping off like they supposed to. But my thing is, some of them niggas is kind of arrogant. You know what I'm saying? They you know, and some of them pop off naturally and they do their thing, like your man that got the back on Fig. You got AD. Sharp, he said that Sharp said he's on the level of DJ Academics.
Yeah, and I heard why he said it.
But you're not. DJ Academics put a lot of years in to getting his credibility.
I heard how
as a
Sharp
journalist.
said it. And I seen how Sharp came in the game. And it came in two different kinds of ways. And I heard and understand why Sharp said what he said. He said that due to the fact that his lane was coming in off of him. See what I'm saying? So his mind, his embodiment of his game in that game is what he's speaking to. He's saying he's not trying to be, a spokesman for Chicago drill and all that kind of stuff. All he's saying is he's a spokesman for ism and he's got his lane on that, and I gotta agree with him. You see what I'm saying? Because when I look back at all his interviews make sense on why he's saying that. What's his name? Academics can't speak on that because it's gonna be surface level. You see what I'm saying? So, although he's not producing the same type of numbers as Academic, he's still producing organic numbers in the field that he's in.
Yeah. So 1090 Jake, you know him as the nigga that exposes niggas.
I heard he got exposed his damn self.
So 1090 Jake is exposing niggas, and he got exposed. I'm confused. What happened?
Why don't you go to the article, man? Because if I'm not mistaken, I heard somebody put out paperwork on him.
What's happening, people? Back with our video. Now we all know 1090 Jake. Florida blood who exposes snitches.
He said the Florida blood.
Is this nigga from the UK?
International commentators. What's up on the woodwork for this
Channel. End of sentence.
Good.
Well, recently, 1090 Jake has had karma come back to bite him, as he has just been exposed for giving Tampa police a statement the year that he was sent to prison.
Man.
Since the paperwork has been exposed, 1090 Jake has contacted his lawyer to try and currently get the case stricken from court records. So let's get into the paperwork. Here's the first page of the paperwork. As we can see, Jacob Cherry with all his information. It then says
1090 Jake.
taken, yes, and then a list.
So, as the old saying goes, you make your whole platform about trying to expose niggas, and you get exposed. Now I can see if you're a journalist and you doing journalism and you looking up shit and you get into the meat and potatoes of certain instances and certain events,
Yeah.
and you shed light on it.
Yeah.
But when your whole success is at the detriment of other motherfuckers,
See, that's that telltale heart right there.
if your whole success is at the detriment of other motherfuckers, then you gotta question what you're doing, bro. You gotta change it up a little bit.
I
You
gotta
do
keep
something
exposing people so I don't get exposed. That's his psychology, if you ask me.
different. I don't know.
And or he knew this day was gonna come.
Yeah, that shit wild, man. We're gonna see how that shit play out.
The nigga name is 1090.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that shit play out.
Jake. What they used to call the police?
I mean, yeah.
Your name is 1090, Jake, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
the name is in the
Drake
details.
lawyer arguing against deposition subpoena 12 days ago. But
About that extension thing?
yeah, so Drake acted like I thought he had to go to court. So he gotta go to court?
Yeah, you gotta go to court.
You gotta go to court?
You got to go to court.
You're pretty freaking resilient.
It's crazy how nigga
You don't just leave.
you can't just ignore some shit and go away.
I mean,
And he basically shows an extra. So Drake lawyer XXXTentacion. And essentially what he showed up to do, just to kind of give you like, because we're not gonna play through this whole 27-minute thing. He basically filed a motion. He did a motion to appear, which is he's appearing on behalf of Drake.
Okay.
And essentially then said, yo, we want to challenge this subpoena because there's a subpoena that exists for Drake to show up, right? However, Drake really don't live in Florida, right? But still, Drake's in Florida a lot, and also, probably just on a PR level because since TMZ and everybody picked it up, it's important that Drake handles this appropriately rather than being seen like he's running from this, right? So he sent his lawyer. His lawyer went in court, and his lawyer went in court and basically filed a motion to show cause, basically, which means the defense attorney who's trying to make Drake a witness of the defense needs to show proper cause to the court why the subpoena should even be issued. Again, this is probably going to be a conversation itself, but actually I don't even know if there was a ruling today, but we probably skipped through it. So essentially, the lawyer for one of these like fucking idiots who killed X is going to say, our theory is that Drake killed X. And he's going to prove, first of all, number one, Drake doesn't have to show up because you guys are serving problems. Second of all, let's talk about Drake. What proof do you have that Drake did anything?
So XXXTentacion said if anything happened to me, holla at Drake.
yeah, Andy never said that same shit.
Drake said Meek Mill said that Drake. So
He
Meek
said-
Mill snitching too?
This was all before.
So Meek Mill snitching too?
I ain't say that. I
You
said
said
because I
Meek
at
Mill
first
said
it,
that shit.
he did say it because it sounded like he was.
Oh, Meek Mill said if something happened to me, Drake did it?
No, he said if something happened to this new kid Extension, Drake did it. He was and it looked like he was playing, but you gotta think at the time Extension was doing numbers like we know that young boys doing numbers. This nigga was doing different type of numbers. You see what I'm saying? So it looked like they was just joking and having fun and games and shit, right?
Yeah.
So then he ended up dying, and it was just like, damn.
So what about you think it's gonna go further than what it is?
Nah, I think them was just lyrics.
You don't think Drake had nobody running up on?
Nah.
Okay.
And then if he did, he hit it well because even the shooter said this. The shooter was like, only reason why I told is because I think I'm gonna throw out a number, but I'm gonna give you approximately the number that the shooter got. I think they said 15 or 25 bands. One of those numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no, it was the driver, the getaway driver. I think they gave him like $5,000 or something like that. And basically, that guy got $5,000 out of the bigger money that was passed around. So that nigga said, "I'm gonna tell anyway." Yeah, and Drake name never came up, bro. The only reason why Drake name came up is because Drake had some questionable lyrics that alluded to the fact that it was a setup, but the guys never
At Domino's,
reached
you
back
can
and
get more
said
than
Drake
just
had
amazing,
anything to do
delicious
with it.
pizza.
They
There's
also
also
said-
bread bites and more.
They also said that
Try it.
They also said that that could have happened to anybody that day, and it just so happened to happen to Extension that was going around robbing people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things that was just kind of like, dog, he just happened to be the right guy at the wrong
It's till
time.
death do us part. Is that genetics or
Yeah, that's
is
fucked
it
up.
Yeah.
See what I say? It's at the end of the day. They're
So
So,
bro.
Lil Durk
Why do
is
y'all
taking
keep like
pictures
obsessing over Dirk in India
with the
and
mayor
like no disrespect
and
to
the
those
attorney
women. I hope they don't see
to
this.
avoid RICO charges.
Yo, India is
Say
so
that again?
synonymous with Dirk. They're gonna go through shit.
They're
gonna
taking
become at
pictures.
times-
Dirk is
She might date another person.
hold on.
Who knows?
Dirk is taking pictures
yeah.
with the mayor of Chicago and the attorney to avoid RICO charges.
Bro, you ain't heard about what you got to do with the mayor
What?
in Cook County?
What you gotta do?
Man, all you gotta do is massage the mayor of Cook County, and she gonna
Bro,
just she's
also,
straight.
that's
She's
a
cool.
lot of what India feels like, just like Jada feels with baby. It's like, yo, the decision,
So going back to the whole marriage thing.
Oh, that's a state attorney?
Hold on.
What are you looking at?
Dirk is taking pictures with the Cook County State Attorney.
You know what this is, right?
But what is that?
You know what this is, right? If anybody coming to get Dirk, it's the feds. When that case come across her
What is this? What is this tying into? That whole case with him and
It's just anything. Niggas are trying to clean up their act.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Dirk did good. He did good. Take a picture with the mayor, the state attorney.
So Dirk took a picture with the mayor and the state attorney.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a good chess play in his
Of course.
behalf? You know,
You from one of the
seeing,
most.
seeing that being a rapper right now is dangerous. You gotta have some
Let's take away
allies.
the rap aspect. Your name is tied up into some of the most grimiest shit in one of the worst cities in the United States of America.
Yeah.
You got to rub elbows with the motherfuckers.
So you saying he gotta have some good
Some good rapport with some of them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be out. Listen, man. Bumpy Johnson was right about something. You know what I'm saying? You got to have these good rapports with people, man. Be political if you got to, man. Be political. Everything ain't always about busting your gun and all that kind of shit, man. Sometimes part of the war is taking pictures with the niggas.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all at odds anyway. Sometimes that toy drive ain't gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That toy, you got to dump some money into legislation a little bit. You know, take a picture or two. Man,
Yeah.
you playing a bigger scale game.
So you said it ain't gonna be the feds gonna get him. I mean, it ain't gonna be the state gonna get him.
It's gonna be the feds.
Nigga trying to build a relationship.
Yeah. And hopefully by that time, man, you know, that's all out of there, man. Like, you know, he's
Yeah.
so far removed that the feds is gonna just be like, man, whatever his actual real name is, man, he's a great citizen. We have no reason to go, you know what I'm saying, put anything on him. Do you think that's what Jay-Z did?
What?
Them same type of moves right there? You think that's what Jay-Z did?
As far as plug in with the right people?
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z used that one lady to snitch for him. Instead of him snitch.
You don't think he had to go put some leg work in himself?
Who?
Jay-Z?
No.
You just think that
No.
You think the Spanish lady just was like, you know what?
She did that shit. I don't care. On the behalf of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, who knows? But I don't think that shit happened like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it happened like that. But it is what it is. Motherfuckers be trying to make they be trying to make sure they got a good setup for their shit.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to have a good setup for their shit. They don't want their shit to be, they don't want to go down with the flames. They don't want to go down with the flames, nigga. So, but I think, like I said, man, with T.I. and Boosie, man, I just don't want to see that shit end up in a situation where them niggas, somebody getting shot.
I don't think we will.
You don't think so?
I think that because they want Boosie. Boosie get caught in some crazy shit, man. They can actually prove that it came back to him. He's going to jail forever. And I don't think that T.I. is dumb enough to go, you know what I mean? Like, he already got caught with the military guns, man. That's number one. They're on their last leg when it comes to committing crimes. Both of them. You know what I'm saying? I even think that both of them to both of their camps is kind of like, stay far away from them niggas as you can possible, because niggas ain't trying to go to jail. We all trying to stay free and fruitful. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, it's entertaining.
You see these cars?
But I think that they're both wise enough to know not to get no funk with each other.
I think.
Hopefully.
I
mean, he is dumb enough to put out a clip of himself saying he snitched.
So do you think that, do you think Krishan is rocking with Rick Ross?
Nah, I think that's, nah, I don't think so.
You don't think she is?
Nah, I think that I forgot what it was, but they were at an event together, and it made sense for them to take a picture.
I don't know.
Why you say that?
I'm just wondering.
I don't think so. I forgot what the initial situation was, but they were at an event together, and not together exactly, but she was passing by. He stopped her and they took a picture.
So, my next question, I gotta ask you this, just as a man that dates, do you think women, let me get some. Do you think that women date niggas in order to suffice their stability?
Of course.
Financially?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think love has anything to do with women at all?
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you where.
Who you got yourself?
Huh?
Who you got yourself?
One right now.
All right.
But it's revolving.
Yeah. Just one. But yeah, what you think about that?
I think that. Listen, I think that when a woman is financially free in her own aspects, her own mindset, her own world, I think she's free to love. I think a man is too. I think that unsatisfied people are the ones out here being codependent on each other. You see what I'm saying? To where a woman is going to be a woman is going to look for a man for stability, period. That's just period. That's a woman's nature. You see what I'm saying? But when she has that on her own, she's going to be free to love the man she actually loves. You see what I'm saying? And she might even show that guy a thing or two if he's not financially stable. And I don't mean that like he's eating off of her table, but I mean that in the sense of she's showing him how to get his shit together. I've seen that so many times. And I've seen some of them relationships last still to this day. Because those two people were free to love. You see what I'm saying? But then I've seen two financially stable people come together and things ain't work out because one just wasn't satisfied. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just like my mother, she's never satisfied. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Right. Kind of you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that we see that not all too much anymore. I can't even, it's common. It's just super common. You know what I mean? Relationships, I was just looking at that a second ago. The reason why relationships are high, divorces are high, is because of that very thing right there. Is because of financial stability within the household. It was showing that sometimes there is money being made on both parties, but then one gets a raise, and then one says, "Well, you're not good enough for me anymore." You know what I mean? So it's the freedom to love, if you ask me. I think women can love freely if they are content with themselves.
Yeah, like, do you think it's ever love with a woman? Or is it ever like, my man gonna make sure I'm taken care of, and if he don't, then I gotta rethink some things?
Of course, that's an everyday thing. That's an everyday thing. You hear that all the time, man. Yeah. Women always want to make a man keep working to be in the relationship. And I think that's where their downfall is. Because they're in competition with each other at that point.
Yeah.
You're making him become in competition with himself. That's being in competition with you. Because now he has to keep proving himself. When a man and or a woman has to keep proving himself, I appreciate it. When they have to keep proving themselves, the relationship will never work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Nah, hell no. I think a man has to want to keep proving himself for himself, and the woman lets him do that. I think that'll work. But when a man is walking on eggshells throughout the whole relationship, you might as well call it curtains.
Man,
You could add one extra in there.
Some men got to, because they don't be the breadwinner sometimes.
I don't believe in that type of shit.
They be feeling like they women control them.
Nah, that's
Or
the
control
problem.
the whole aspect of the relationship.
And I believe he should not be in a relationship like that. You're settling at that point. And I do think, and to say I don't believe in that type of shit means I don't believe that a man should settle for that. One woman might be like, well, she's settling. No, he's actually settling. He will never grow because he's putting a damper on his own self by walking on eggshells. You see what I'm saying? It is healthy to have some agitation in the relationship, but it's not healthy to grow in fucked up positions. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna grow upside down. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be suitable for anybody that way.
You're going to be toxic.
Exactly.
And that goes back to the same shit I was talking about. It's a Kassan and Blueface thing. Like, is that our normal, or is that just a spot we keep falling into?
That's the spot. Ooh, that's a good question. Because you see that all throughout whatever financial echelon you're on. You see it everywhere. It's a commonplace now, if you ask me. It's commonplace.
To be toxic?
Yeah.
It is, but that don't make it normal.
I ain't say that.
It's on it.
Like you can see crackheads and it be commonplace, but that don't mean it's normal.
In that area, it is.
No, it's not normal.
If you don't know,
I'm not.
Just because it's commonplace don't mean it's normal. Those are two different
I'm not
things.
saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's become normal there. What I'm saying is
It's become commonplace. That still ain't normal.
all in all I'm saying is has become the norm. Just like COVID became the new norm for a while. You see what I'm saying? It's a thing now. I don't think it's normal at all, but it has become COVID now. It comes up in almost every conversation when you're talking about being outside.
Because they occupy the minds of the people.
Right.
But being a thing don't occupy the minds of the people.
But
toxicity do.
Toxic, yeah. And one thing we don't talk about is toxic
Toxicity.
femininity. And toxic femininity is being covered up by being a victim. You know what I'm saying? And there's no shot at the ladies at all as far as like me trying to point fingers. But I do know in my own growth pattern, I won't be with a woman who can't take her own faults, reflect on her own self, and
You know what I said that be pissing me off? Is you read the comments sometimes of some of these posts you see, and it be motherfuckers that it be women.
Yeah.
I don't call them motherfuckers. It be women that these niggas like you'll be like what a man that got that we post say what a man that got their own place. What a man that we can pull up on them at their own place. And then they be in the comments talking about some, the girls, the other niggas ain't got shit and da 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 da. Like you generalizing all niggas. So that's what you attract. And then when you attract that, you get mad because that's so constant.
And then when you look at a woman and say, like, let's go past that. Let's go to a financially stable man and a financially stable woman. And then the girl says basically, oh girl, use him for everything that he got. That's where I'm going to. You see what I'm saying? That's the guy who actually might be trying to be a good man for a woman, but he's basically a sucker in that girl's eyes. And then when he flips out on the chick, now he's a toxic man because you used him. When women aren't realizing like, yo, he became toxic because you put toxic in his world. Or I'm not blaming
niggas be flipping out on some crazy shit though. Like why you flipping out for one? You
know what I'm saying? Like,
You a whole adult.
Right, I do believe in discernment and controlling yourself, but I'm talking about for the guys who hasn't crossed that bar yet. You see what I'm saying? There's guys who said to themselves, "I'll never be that," and then they find themselves in that situation.
I think they need therapy.
And they need therapy because they've never been in that realm before.
And leadership training.
Hold on. My point is they've never been in that realm before. So if you've never been in that realm before, this world to you is now it's unidentified. Like, wow, I didn't know I would end up in this. The reason why you ain't know you end up in that is because you didn't think that could happen to you too. You see what I'm saying? Now, I do believe in a man having self-control. I do believe in a man learning from other men. You know what I'm saying? And other women. And that right there is the biggest teachers, because when it happens to you, you can either be the lucky one, the dead guy, or in jail. You see what I'm saying? And those are the things that men have to look at nowadays, and I think we're starting to learn from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see a lot more guys say to themselves, "I'm gonna just stay single and just kind of, you know, take my time with this shit.
Let me get my stuff all the way in order.
And I want to let me take my time with this shit, because a lot of the big problem is men were jumping into relationships, moving too fast because they thought they were supposed to, or maybe they were just
homosexuals too.
And I'm not just talking about. I'm not generalizing just that. I'm talking about guys who even had it together.
No, I'm just saying that that's some of the portion. But once we do something at all, then the one thing we do, it gets labeled for all of us. Like,
right. That's the reason why I want to go on top of. I want to start highlighting guys who do have it together and still falling in these same realms. Because just because you got it together don't mean you ain't about to go through hell and pain because your bitch used you, cheated on you, all that shit happens to everybody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wanna highlight that. I don't wanna always be on the low side of stuff. Now I wanna talk about the fact that sometimes men and women are doing what they're supposed to do and still go through these things. You see what I'm saying? And it's because they're dealing with toxic people. Again, this woman didn't realize that she would be in a realm of this type of turmoil with a man because she thought her whole life would be cookie cutter and cut out for her to where it'd be good because she did this because her parents told her to, she did that, her parents told her to, next thing she knows she's dealing with a homosexual. And also, a guy is going through that same thing because he's dealing with, I'll call it still a homosexual, but we call him codependent. See what I'm saying? Dealing with a woman who clears up your finances and stuff like that, and you were just trying to be a good dude. Next thing you know, she over there with Joe Schmo, and you broke, and you got 2 kids, and she living in the old house, and
I think sometimes motherfuckers just don't be focused on what they're supposed to be doing when they in a relationship. Like, you're supposed to be working. You're supposed to be working on the relationship. You're supposed to be working on the relationship with the kids. You're supposed to be working on the financial foundation, the advancement, the progress of the family. You're supposed to be working on business or your career. You're supposed to be. These are the things that you're supposed to actively be doing to try to improve your quality of life. You know what I'm saying? In a situation where, you know, you're the man that's leading the house or the woman that's leading the household, or you know what I'm saying, whoever it is. So you got to look at these things as obligatory things that you can't just leave out. Like, you got to do this shit. And I think sometimes men, we complain when love ain't number one on the list.
I don't think that a man should ever put.
Get what I'm saying?
I don't think a man should ever put. I don't think a man. Hold on. I don't think a man should ever put love on the list. It's not up to us to love.
That sounds crazy. That don't even make sense.
I'm gonna touch back on that when you get done saying what you're saying.
Ain't no gender roles, but it's some that do better than the others. And when I say that, I think it's women nurture better than men, and I think sometimes men can teach logical lessons. Not saying women aren't logical, but I think men can teach logical lessons a little bit better than women sometimes. So I think that sometimes we just are better at certain things, but if we work together, we strengthen our skill sets. And we become better all around the board, and we strengthen our wheelhouses to, you know, make functional decisions in relationships and moving forward in step situations or whole families that are biological and their step kids are involved. You know what I'm saying? But in order to connect, you got to know where you go wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like men should always understand the fact that they exert love, that they can't, that whole, like a man, like say for instance, a wedding is never a man's wedding. He's just involved in it. The wedding is always hers. He's just involved with it, in it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's also.
I think that's the man that takes that perception on. Like if you're not using that day to encompass yourself in too, then that's shame on you. That's your wedding too. That ain't just her wedding. Like some niggas just be running with the punches. Like you didn't. Like, I don't think that niggas be emasculated. I think sometimes they emasculate themselves.
I'm not going from an emasculated point of view. I'm talking about the fact that in society everything is revolving around the woman, and that's fine. I believe a man.
So you saying when a man, even when he buying the decorations for the wedding.
Yeah, the love is going into that. He's exerting his love.
Everything is for the woman.
Yeah, and this is his gift to his woman.
But at the same time, don't we want a wedding that's gonna look nice too?
That's why I'm saying this is his gift to his woman. When you
I'm saying as a man, you gonna want a wedding that look nice too. That ain't gonna have nothing to do with the gift to the woman. Listen what I'm saying. That's you as a man wanting to have a nice wedding. You
so now I'm gonna take that wedding
and I'm gonna have nice white flowers or pink flowers.
I'm gonna take that wedding and I'm gonna say, you know what? We passed the wedding now. The room. What I mean by the room is when you go to damn near every single man who's married or in a relationship where they live together, the room looks like a woman's room for the most part.
What's a woman's room? What you mean?
Like the decorations are for the most part look like a woman's room.
I don't know. I've seen rooms that look gender neutral. They look like oak. They, you know what I'm saying? They look like it's a very, very non gender based.
For the most part, when I walk into married couples' rooms, you see the guy stuff here, but you see the woman stuff everywhere. Is what I'm saying. Like, it's even though this is his space too, but like this is like everything is centered around the woman, so to speak. You go into the bathroom, you can lift up the seat and that's your shit with your toothbrush right there and your towel right there and your gown right there. But for the most part, even that, like it's still like more. I don't know. I at least to me, that's what I've seen. Everything for the most part revolves around. But that's what makes the woman happy. That's where my point I'm going to is the man is making the woman happy by giving her those things. You see what I'm saying? That's where the provider comes in for the man. And I'm all for that. That's why I said the wedding he is too. He's involved in it, but it's her wedding. It's her dream wedding. You see what I'm saying? The guy's like, get them dubs, get this, get that. That's fly, this, that, and the other. Me and my niggas, we gonna dress like this, but everything. But other than that is...
And I'm not saying that society don't say that. I'm saying what you can personally do yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can make your wedding about you and your wife.
Yeah, you could.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to make your wedding about what society says. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You can exercise your right to be different.
What do you think about the woman who told her fiance if her wedding isn't $100,000, then he broke and she don't want to be with her?
I think that nigga, if he got the bread, and I know that it's gonna sound like materialistic, but if that's what their relationship is built on, if it's built on having things and finances being way above average and income being way above average, then you can't be mad at that woman making that request. But
if a woman tells...
Listen, I'm not done with my thought. If a person is saying that and you know what your man is making and you know that he can't, that's not the kind of lifestyle he create, then that man needs to leave her. And it goes both ways. If that happens to a woman, if that relationship is already built on y'all having extraordinary finances and power couple instantations, relationship is built, soon y'all come together, then that's the expectations. But if we coming together and we can just be the power couple of the family, then that's another thing too. But you know what I'm saying? I think that it's all up to the expectations of the relationship, the people involved in it.
Soon after the guy and the girl broke up, he obviously had the money and she didn't.
Mm.
But I do agree with one thing that you just said inside of that statement is, I believe if we are a power couple, one, you're not going to even say that. It's just what's understood ain't got to be said.
Right.
We're going to invite the right people.
Yeah.
We're going to make a statement with this wedding of ours.
Right.
So I can agree with that.
Now, do you think that the marriage is more about making a statement with the wedding than the marriage?
I think nowadays, I don't want to say nowadays, because I'm seeing people go, and this is the beautiful thing about some of the marriages I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to the courthouse and then just throwing a reception and having fun at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that that's beautiful. Right there, that says that's y'all probably going to work out longer.
Yeah.
Because y'all can compromise on big and little things. Y'all probably got the money and said, man, we could probably go get us some property if we say it's bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's how that shit be happening. Like, you'll find your chick or you'll find your man, and it ain't always about some bullshit. You be a motherfucker that got a good ass dope plan, and then now y'all put y'all stuff together. You done bought a property, or you done invested in a business, or you've invested in some stock. You know what I'm saying? Or you've done something to put money in more investments and in your savings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's relationships out there that accommodate that kind of growth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I just think that you got to be available for it.
Yeah.
And when I say that, like, niggas got to be out here improving themselves, like whether it's the woman or the man. But you know, that's how we talked about earlier. How do you increase the chances of a marriage? I think that's how it works.
That's how it works. I gotta agree with that.
So that was a real story. What was that at?
I saw it in the shade room. Okay. I either saw it in the shade. Yeah, I seen it in the shade room, and I think I seen it on Say Cheese.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. It's like all the relationships are built on finances because I mean we live in a financially centered world, but I think that you're supposed to want to have things.
Okay.
And the only way to acquire them is to work and generate paper.
Yeah.
You got to work and generate the paper.
And that's one thing right there. When I go back, when I said happiness in success, and I believe, and I do. Don't get me wrong. I'll be happy. I'm one of the most happy people I ever met in my life. I've been through some shit, and I'd be more happy than a lot of niggas who ain't been through shit. And I don't want to sit there and sound like this dry, fucked up person, because I actually have a high expectation of myself, and I have a high confidence level. You see what I'm saying? And I know that because people have said it to me, and I said, "Damn, I didn't even realize that shit." But you know, it just made me feel good because it makes them feel more confident when I'm around them as well. A young lady actually told me that, and
that be the key to success. A lot of times, like people got to run around with a confident chip on their shoulder. Like you know what I'm saying? Like once you bring confidence to anything you do, you know what I'm saying? It raises your vibration up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So even when you bring it into your relationship, like. When you going out to work, like we supposed to be like our grandfathers and want to be looked at as the man, the rock of the family. That when you go to work, we know that the family finna benefit off of this hard work and sweat equity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what Nick was talking about with investing in the family, with what you making on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Like if the family can't see you progressing for the family, then how's the family gonna progress for the rest of the family?
Yeah.
To where we can balloon that effect. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Appreciate yourself, so others could appreciate you too.
Yeah, I think we bring too little appreciation for ourselves to the workplace, to the relationships, to the friendships. Like we come into shit like we're not worth anything sometimes. And then we use ourselves to be doormats for everybody else's motion.
Be an asset to others.
You know what I'm saying? No, but that becomes your total existence. You know what I'm saying? You don't walk amongst yourself and figure out your obstacles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not against going and interning in somebody else's business and whatever and learning how to get your stuff, you know what I'm saying, sustainable, but you gotta be able to go stand on your own 2 feet and do that for your family.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a big fact right there.
Because you can't get mad at a woman that want a man that's gonna take care of the house. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the bills is paid. Because if you can get it to where your woman can save all her bread from her job, now y'all can invest in the business heavier. You know what I'm saying? Or even if it's the opposite way, if she paying for all the bills and you stacking your bread up, and then now y'all can invest in whatever y'all want to invest in. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing that on a yearly basis, ping ponging it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but
Man, that's a beautiful. That's
it
a
takes some unselfish shit.
That's a beautiful, yeah. You know, it made me, you know, it's sinking in right there to say, like, appreciate those who appreciate you. I think you'll have better relationships all around the board when you do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As we all know, some people don't know. Your relationships with people do determine your network. You know what I'm saying? So if you got good rapport with people, with more people than you have bad rapports with, then you know you kind of gonna find yourself on a winning team. You see what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. So you always want to, even if you have bad rapports with certain people, sometimes you might want to go back and hash that out. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. And if you can't, you know, kiss it goodbye and just learn from that. Don't do that again. But just make sure you. If that's something I can say to the people, make sure you got good relationships with people, man. That's a good thing right there.
That's a key point to make. You gotta have good rapport with your people that you got, you know, good chemistry. You gotta know what your people want. They gotta know what you want. It can't never be no non-transparency. It has to be transparency. It has to be a clear path of communication, both sides.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just what successful relationships warrant.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
You can't leave nothing to assumptions. And then you got to be willing to have them uncomfortable conversations, and that'll put you in a successful. That'll give you the skill set to be successful in your marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of the uncomfortable conversations, for those out there who find it hard to save money, the uncomfortable conversation, you gotta have this uncomfortable conversation and the uncomfortable action with yourself. You want to learn how to save money, you have to be able to put the money aside and not touch it. It's gonna hurt at first, but then as you see that shit stacking up, you're gonna be like, you got to do the hard thing first in order to do the easy thing next. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know what I mean? So like, just keep at it. Don't ever give up on that, man. You can do anything you want in this. I can't get ahead. Yes, you can. You gotta have a discipline to do so.
I mean, we done grew the podcast channel like immensely in the last year just from the constant consistency of the actions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was afraid to go live at first, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because it was the niggas out here rapping and all of that, got stage presence and all of that. You see what I'm saying? But then, you know, you move into a different realm and you like, do I look good on camera? He stopped giving a fuck, man.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just,
you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like success is out there, but you can't be shy for it.
Yep.
And that's why I was saying with the confidence, like if you don't have no confidence in yourself, then how you gonna get to how you gonna speak for yourself?
That's a fact.
How you gonna put your ideas out there?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? My daughter got her business. I can't tell her to go out here and do something if she don't have the confidence to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta first instill the confidence in her to get her to want to go and do the next level stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever the next level stuff is, you gotta have the confidence to go do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to, man. But I don't know, man. So you know, we talked about the snitching aspect, the brotherhood. We talked about the relationship, the family aspect of brotherhood. What's some tips you'll give a person that's trying to, I guess, reinvent themselves and put themselves in a better position to vibrate higher? What would you tell a person?
I tell a person to get very, very realistic and comfortable with yourself. Because you don't want to have an identity crisis. And far too often you hear people say stuff like, oh, he's having a midlife crisis, or this person is, what's the other term I heard? Basically you posing. You might be being yourself, but you're being an aspect of yourself that actually really doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying? Get very, very real and comfortable with yourself, because the moment you become real and comfortable inside of your own skin, you feel that much better, you feel that much more confident, and make sure you're treating yourself right. You know what I'm saying? ain't nobody gonna treat you the way you want to be treated. You have
Right,
to treat
right.
yourself that way
Right.
for other people to treat you that way. You see what I'm
Self-care,
saying?
self-love.
Yeah, man. So whether it's skincare you looking at, working out, you said you was gonna stop doing this, man. You gotta have the discipline to do all of that, man. And we all backslide every now and again on whatever it might be. But my whole thing is you more of a positive end than the negative end of it, or you know what I'm saying? Is you the kind of person who says, I'm gonna put out a New Year's resolution and then a week later you back at it again? That's why you gotta stop making resolutions for the New Year's and do that shit today or do that shit yesterday. You see what I'm saying? You just gotta be like that. You gotta just tell yourself, man, I don't got no I can't. I'll put it to you like this. One day I woke up and I said, I'm going to work every day. Because I got tired of lack. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to go to work every day. And then I started getting rewarded for it to myself. And then others started rewarding me for it. And then all of it started to pile up. More opportunities started to come about. You see what I'm saying? And that's what anything that you do. We was watching the Fresh Prince the other day. And it made me think about when the teacher was giving Ashley more work on the side. To the naked eye, it could look like, oh, they just want her to have a great score in the class, a good grade, and that could be true. But heavy is the head that wears the crown. She might be the kid who, you know what I mean? The teacher needs her to take in all this information because it's something greater for her later on and she's preparing her for it. See what I'm saying? The rest of the kids, I ain't saying they can't. I'm saying they might not be qualified to take on that much work. You see what I'm saying? And that's where I'm going with that ultimately, man, is you want to be successful, you got to have a full plate. And you got to tell yourself, I'm ready for the plate. You're going to bump your head a couple times, but you know, eventually you're going to adjust and you're going to, you know what I'm saying? That's my take on it. You know what I mean? That's how, at least financially, you can start to vibrate higher. And again, put some money aside. You got to put some money aside. And treat yourself right. That's the thing, man, right there. Health and wealth. You know what I mean? They're synonymous together for a long-lasting relationship on this earth. I'm talking about you and the earth. You see what I'm saying? So, health and far too much, we get consumed with a lot of things that are killing us. You see what I'm saying? Once you realize that everything you're doing for the most part is killing you, you know what I mean? You can't unlearn that.
Yeah, man. So, that's everything, G.
Oh, the thumbnail. I noticed that the thumbnail on Facebook has God wants you to be rich on it. I did that on purpose. It's not like that happened on accident. So I had a minor setback, and I was gonna put them hats out about a month and a half ago, but I couldn't, and now I can. So if anybody would like to pre-order them before I drop them on the 15th of March, I can put the link in the bio for y'all. So you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, say I want a hat or something like that. I can get you a hat. If you feel comfortable with a P.O. box or whatever it might be, inbox Lou. Or if you in the chat here on Facebook, YouTube, just say I want a hat, and I can get you in the back. I get with you in the back channel, and we can have a conversation about where to send it. But God wants you to be rich, and if you like the hat, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Demonstration Clothing Plus. God wants you to be rich. I got a whole line sitting in the backdrop waiting to drop, and it's fire. So again, if y'all want that, you might get something else that comes along with it. So support your boy. The live on Facebook? I don't know. Let me see. Tasha Patterson tried to add. Sorry, Latasha. Damn. Oh, finish. It's right here in the corner. Finish. He said, Joe, you know how to.
I'm sitting there like, I don't
Demo TV 369. Get back at you.